Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In the corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Outside.
Take a minute.
Outside.
Take a minute.
Yeah, I've been running and running to keep it 100, it's all that I wanted. But lately I don't get the stomach. The higher the summit, the harder the plummet. They know me all over this planet. I'm just a man and I can't understand it. Proud that I win and I did it myself. Probably wouldn't if I got the help. Hearing subliminals all on myself. Feel like I'm breaking, I'm falling to hell. Told me I'm sick and I tell her, oh well. Rather be dead than to know that I failed. Live for the chase, life is a race. I'm out of space, I'ma get on my face. I got a taste, want the whole plate. Finna get laced if you step out of place. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is us made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. Never really know when you're gonna go. Why you gotta put another foot in front of yours? Bury them toes, carry them close. I was never one to care about my mentos. I was like froze, now I'm on floor. Give me that smoke, but I can't get high. We do the most, here to inspire. Doing what I'm supposed, but I can't get tired. Run for your life every night. See in the dark, blind by the light. I got the spark, I got the pipes. All of my arts coming to life. Had to face my fears while I chased my peers, and I found my spot. About time that I found myself. I've been out here walking that walk. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. First off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
All I need is 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Let me give it a one last shot. Will I ever get through to you? Oh, am I wasting my time? Should I leave for the night? It's unclear at the moment. Can you give me a sign? I'm here trying and trying. I need 10 more minutes with you. So let me know if you give up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you give up hope by now. So let me know if you give up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you give up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. Yeah, I just wanna go back home. Can't do this anymore. I can't get through to you, so what the fuck am I fighting for? What all those rumors do? Or were you trying to get a rise out of me? A rise out of me? Oh, I don't wanna make it all about me again. And I don't even know half the things you said. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope by now. So let me know if you gave up hope. Do I leave you alone or I leave you alone? So let me know if you gave up hope. I need 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you. 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes with you.
Let me go, there's no doubt. Gotta get out of this small town. You took my heart from me, now you're everywhere I see. Set me free, let me fly. Let me find new kinds of highs. We're just wasting here, waiting for another year. We both know the score. We've been here once before. So many words unspoken. You took my heart, it's already broken. You don't have to wait. I can take the pain. I will surrender. Let me go on a new adventure. On a new adventure. On a new adventure. On a new adventure. Let me go, it's my time. Watch me build another life. Find another the space, explore the world and find my place. Hope you find some peace of mind. Hope the night was worth your time. Threw my heart away, we won't see another day. We both know the score, we've been here once before. So many words unspoken, you took my have to wait. I can take the pain. I will surrender, let me go. It's a new adventure. On a new adventure. You'll find me dancing on my own. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go. In the rhythm, I don't think of you. Don't call me up when you're feeling blue. You'll find me dancing on my own. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go. In the rhythm, I don't think of you. Let me go. It's a new adventure. On a new adventure.
Last I got that sinking in my stomach from that loss. Of course it's got me thinking's got me flummoxed from the cause. I just wanna know why some of us are guarded. I just wanna know why some of us are haunted. Chasing the skies, all we ever wanted. All of us got distracted by the trees inside the forest. 'Cause I was never ready for this.
All right, people, welcome to the day 2 of the Trade Republic Zen 23 and Alpha Expedition. Today, we are going to see some beautiful matches. It is going to be the continuation from yesterday. We saw 4 beautiful matches yesterday, and one of them was truly spectacular, especially because it went to 16-18. And joining me for the evening is going to be Upcon. So, Upcon, how are you doing?
Man, I feel great being here. It's going to be the day 2 of a tournament, and today we'll start things off with the lower bracket matches. Now, yesterday we had a set of 4 matches, all of them being BO1. Each and every match had, has its own story. First one starting up with a 13-3 scoreline, where it was a clean sweep for NEC Esports. Then we had Team Nanga, who came up all the way towards an overtime, which we spoke about, almost of 18-16 scoreline. That's like 5 overtime. That's like 10 more rounds than what you get to see in usual. Then we got to see a pretty classic 13-11 scoreline between the start of Team Stinger and Edge Runner. But all 4 matches had 4 different maps, and I cannot wait for the day to start today, because today's first match is going to start things off between Rafters and Team Arvita Esports.
Yup, it is the lower brackets, the first 2 match that we are going to see. Then there's going to be the winners bracket as well. It is going to be the other 2 teams that won yesterday fighting for the spot for tomorrow. Let's see who is actually going to make it and who is the one who has to go home, unfortunately. So, very, very interesting day. And we should be getting started at any second. The veto will start, and we will see what map we are going to see getting picked. What are you hoping for today, Upcon? Which map are you looking forward to see these 4 teams play on?
I think starting thing off, like, it's a Team Rafters. Yesterday first match it was played on Breeze, and they had a pretty devastating half. It was like a 10-2 scoreline, then it ended up at a 13-3. So that's like just winning 3 rounds in a map like Breeze. winning the long range duels isn't something that Rafters were quite good at, but you can give it up to Team NS Esports as well, who are just great at what they did along with their team coordination and the Reina and Jet iconic plays. I still remember A Star coming up with that incredible 4K which he came out of nowhere, and I don't know how he was even surviving. We just saw in the highlights itself. Then we had even hybrid. So I'd love to see how Team Rafters are going to decide or are going to decide to ban the map. Both of these teams will move on towards a map veto, where both of these teams will get to ban 3 map alternatively. Now, I'd love to see how they will be banning, maybe Haven, Breeze, and somewhere down the line, I believe even, Fracture, maybe, or maybe Icebox. These are the maps that really might hamper the side of Team Rafters with their composure. But whom they up against? They're up against Team Arvata Esports, who just had the win, who just had the entire win for themselves. But in the very last round, they didn't have the economy, due to which they fall down in a 13-11 scoreline. A pretty close match they had. So what we are seeing here is a team which had a very competitive match versus a team who just got easily beat down. Now, which of these teams are going to move forward and which team might be the first to get eliminated? That is something we've got to look out for.
And here we can see the veto has already started, and the map we are going to play on is going to be none other than Ascent. Now that is going to be something unique, right off the bat, because yesterday we saw this map getting banned 3 times in a row. It was only the last match then the players decided to play on this map, and as we expected, the map Breeze was definitely picked out, especially by, I believe that is Team AVT.
Yep.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that was going to happen. We knew that was going to happen. Anyway, so I'm really excited to see how this is going to play out. Ascent is definitely a very beautiful map, but it all depends on how well do you execute your defense, since it is a defense favored map. And we did see the exact opposite happen yesterday, actually, in the last game, Reunited versus Throw, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think Team Reunited went up against, all the way towards Throw Boys, and Throw Boys also, they were looking quite strong, but Reunited had their own super, like I'll say, firepower by their side. But starting off today, it's the map of Ascent. It's one of the first map which you might have played when you came down to this 5v5 tactical game of Valorant. And one thing which is for sure, it gives us a lot of classical 5v5 tactical shooter feeling, as you have the catwalk, you have the A shot, you have an aim in. So let's see what's going to happen. Yesterday, when we saw the map of Ascent, I believe it was the last map, maybe, and it was kind of competitive. It was the first half where we saw a 6-all half scoreline. So for now, we'll be soon hopping inside the first game. But before we go on, it's going to be Rafters and Team Airwater. What are going to be your predictions? Because one of these teams might play their last match today with us in the tournament, and the other team gets to survive for another lower bracket round.
That really raises the standards, the bars really high, because realizing one of the teams will go out, especially after playing so many matches, grinding so much, putting so much effort, coming this far into the tournament, and this match will decide if they get to stay or not. Looking at the agent selection here.
Choose your agent.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Well, we
So looking at the
move on.
agent selection here.
I think this is pretty interesting. They have just picked up what they might had wanted to in the previous game. We saw Headhunter going for the, I believe, Sentinel KJ, while the player moving on with KJ was more into Jet. Acid Armor is going to move on to Jet at this point, and Mask will be up with the Sova. So it's going to be an incredible play. But what's your thoughts when it comes towards the pick, what attackers have chosen? I believe Team Rafters, they have two duelists, they have a flash, they have a race, but not having Sova in your lineup, not having that entire jet power which you could really bring out that op in your very own advantage. Would it be a bit concerning for the side of Team Rafters, knowing that they are the one who have been losing by a very big margin in the entire tournament?
It might end up being just the case that just the reason that they might end up losing this one, or maybe the reason that they might win, because it all depends on how much they have practiced this lineup before. And yeah, so we'll have to see how this is going to go, and how this is going to get played. Of course, I'm really surprised to see that there is no Reina being played again. Reina, I believe, is one of those characters that just can be played on any map. So really surprising to see them not playing it. Also, like I said yesterday, the agent that I really think is good on this map is Sage, especially because it can just wall off the mid. It's not being paid yet again today as well. So we can see Jet here playing it very aggressive, going towards Shin and taking him out, but gets shaded out instantly by Blue. This all happened at the mid, and the Zen is the only one surviving after this all interaction. Attacker seems to be going towards the A side. The spike is with the spike Cypher. A raise is the only one going towards the B. This raise is going to be very crucial because this will make the defenders check all his angle if the Sova knows that he is on a lurk. Defenders haven't started rotating yet, and I don't think the attackers are going to commit to the A side either. Raze has started going in, and Cypher will spot him, or if he haven't already, very, very soon. Some satchels being used here, and still not spotted by Sova. That is very interesting. Fight being picked here in the mid. John Wick takes down Zen, and this could be the deciding factor if the attackers are going to win this one or not, because both of them are on very low HP. Only 34 seconds left from the clock. Blue gets taken down by the KJ, and KJ unfortunately gets shaded out by John Wick. It's a 2v1 situation. Fate is very low on HP. Spike might be getting planted at A. Sova finally has to rotate. Will we be able to get there in time? I believe not. Spike will definitely get planted, but here's the shot that we have been waiting for by AVT. On to Secret. Secret gets taken out. It's a 1v1. It's a battle of Initiator versus Controller. Let's see who's going to win this one. And here he goes for the play. Here he goes for the peek, but he gets a lot of damage and wasn't able to land any shot, and gets taken out by John Wick. Beautiful 3 kills coming in by their beautiful execution. Although they did spend a lot of time just running around, lurking here and there, they were finally able to plant the spike and win the round for themselves. Well played.
I mean, great round, especially from the start of John Wick being a sentinel, making sure that he brings up these important picks. And that's where he got the 3K. You know, I think Sova indeed would have had his own opportunity if he had that numbers advantage. It came all the way from a 2v3 to a 1v1. Team ABT might really not want to gamble up with their economy. Just few creds investment towards the shorty so that they have a crucial edge when it comes to a close range battle within 5 meters. But let's see, Team AVT back again at the defensive side. 3-man towards the mid market and the B side, while Phoenix moves on towards A. I love the fact how Team Rafters are just being so spread out. Even though they know that this is a round where theoretically only they are going to win, but at the same time, they're just not risking it going aggressive. They're really playing with the minds at this point, and once again, Blue, he knows that Acid Emma is right there. Astra with the shorty, it could be so big damage, but there comes the damage. John Wick is down to the 18 HP, and that would be just it. Headhunter survives in a very great position. Gets the shorty, will use the Astral Divide, and would also want to go on to retrieve a Vandal, but before that, he gets taken down from Shin. It falls down towards there, and man, this position has been a very historic position, especially when you have a Sheriff in hand, but he was only good for 1, and that's the second round for Team Rafters.
This definitely seems to be going towards in favor of Team Rafters, and from what they did yesterday, they definitely need to make some crazy players to clear their name and really prove everyone that it was just a fluke what happened yesterday. They can do definitely a lot better. And what we saw here done by John Wick, that was a cipher being played. When he went for the push, he really shouldn't have turned back after he heard both of the shotgun shots being fired, because it was a smaller shotgun, right? It only has 2 bullets. He should have really pushed in and taken the player out, but he decided to come back. That did cost him his life. Coming to the third round here that has just begun. Again, like you said, the attackers are really taking their time, spreading out through entire map, really exploring each nook and corner, and that is working out for them. So let's see if the Team AVT can figure out a plan to combat this and potentially win this round, since this is a buy round for both the sides, I believe. And here we have an Operator coming in by AVT. AVT gets 2 kills by himself in the mid, and Operator did try to get some shots. It was Jet, of course, but he wasn't really able to connect any shots. You guys already down from Team Rafters. That is going to be huge for Team AVT. AVT takes down another AVT mass system. Talking about it takes down Secret. 3 guys already down, but gets shaded out by the opponent. 2v4 is currently the situation. Is this round still going towards AVT side? We'll have to see. A
Wow.
Shank with a deagle in his hand takes out AVT Headhunter pretty beautifully. Gets a gun upgrade as well. He doesn't know that there's a shotgun, but Blue did
What?
for sure. He goes in, takes out AVT, but here we have KJ coming all the way out from his side and takes out one of the opponents in a 2v1 situation. Raze is the final player and he gets picked off as well. First round of the game goes that the
Love.
team Rafters have finally won. Oh, sorry, the team AVT have finally won.
Team Rafters, they made it to super expensive, I'll say. Because you had an op, you had 4 players on the Vandal, and now because most of the players lost it, they can either go on with a short armor and Vandal, or maybe a Bulldog with a heavy armor. But still, that's not a wise decision, if you ask me. Acid armor, if you will see, he doesn't have an armor. He dedicated his entire credits to his teammates so that he has a gun alongside a very good rifle. Meanwhile, a beautiful 3K coming in from the side of Mask as well to retrieve the mid control. Team AVT, they are on the verge of getting the equalizer, but Rafters, they have the first buy round. After winning the pistol and the anti-eco, this is the first time we are seeing them on a buy. This is the round which will decide that which team gets the 2-round lead or which team gets an equalizer.
The attacker seems to be playing split again, but is it going to work out for them this time? Because last round, the defenders definitely figured out a way to counter this strategy that they have been applying for the past 3 rounds. This composition seems to have been switched up. The positions of the players from the attacker's side is not the same that it was the last round. Raze going up towards the A from the mid. Is he going to get the kill? But here we have a beautiful kill coming in by Shin, who did have only a pistol in his hand, but that blind, that utility really did help him get that kill. Blue, meanwhile, using a Phantom to take down a Headhunter. Beautiful kill coming in by Acid on Blue and takes out Shanks as well, completely changing the entire dynamic of the game. It seemed like the attackers were in a lead, but because the Jet was able to get the 2 kills, it is almost doable for the attackers now, since it's a 2v3 situation. Spike has been planted and the defenders needs to play it very carefully. The retake, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they'll have to use all of their brains, all of their coordination that they can use to win this one. Since the Jet has a operator still, he'll have to use a shotgun, the secondary weapon, and Shin comes in from an unknown angle, takes out KJ. That was actually a pretty good angle to play from, and he definitely the KJ definitely did not see that coming. Shots going in, Secret goes in for the peak, takes out Acid. Well played by the attackers, and I thought the attackers actually might go on a losing spree, especially because they had a weaker buy, and after winning 2 rounds and losing one, it can definitely impact the confidence of the team as well. But the attackers came up very strong and won the round. Well played.
Indeed, and there comes a timeout. It seems as if, Team ABT would just want to get themselves together. The economy situation isn't that great. You have 1950 creds for Mask. Then we have another player who is going to be Acids Ma, who might need to bring out that Marshall. FTW could still come up with a good Vandal with an heavy armor, but that won't be a great decision while your team is totally on an eco. Completely down, it's going to be Team Rafters, who is having a great start. That's an ideal start, being an attacker, being at the side of Ascend. And I think now Blue with the op, I just want to see how the attacking op kind of looks like. Because as previously I mentioned, there's a Jet which is kind of missing. You don't have that Jet element which you just kill and you dash away, or you just go away with it. Jet being one of the duelists who creates so much space for himself, could really bait out himself to make sure the team gets initiate and also gets some trade even if she gets down. So beautifully, I'd love to see how Blue would play with a Raze, because Raze has its own pros and cons. You have so many devastating utility like the Pain Shell. You have the ultimate, which is going to be none other than Showstopper. But for now, to start the round very early off, it's going to be Jet coming off with the Blade Storm, while Blue takes the op towards the mid side.
And the smokes have already been used by Omen in the mid, giving an opportunity for the Cypher to maybe rotate towards the A side and get that entry from the mid. But is that going to happen? Because Omen has already been taken down by Jet, who is on ult, only has 60 HP to his name, did not buy armor, I believe, and has a Vandal probably picked up from the Omen himself. And there is a guy lurking right in front of him. It is Shin, the Phoenix of the attacking side. Did Acid hear him, or did he just assume that there might be actually someone coming from there? I have no idea. We will know if he has the info that there is a guy right when he's going to take that peek. And here he comes. He goes in for a pretty shot. He actually gets the kill. Well played by Shin. And
Oh no.
oh my god, that is just unfortunate. Headhunter taking down Shin. That is definitely not the right time, right place to use that
30 seconds
ult. And seems like this could be a round going in for the defenders.
Well, 2 versus 4. Still, the showstopper ultimate might be a big challenge as Headhunter is down to only 24 HP. But look after how defenders are playing Sova all the way towards mid in his own CD spawn, trying to make sure that there's no mid lock
10
coming in.
seconds left.
Blue with the op is still holding off towards the side of B main, while John Wick gets spotted with the turret. Now this turret is going to be a big beat as Phantom comes in with the kill, and that's a 1 versus 3. A thrifty round win. That is an incredible win. You get to see these thrifty when you are in the map of Asian, and it's not the first time that we saw a defender winning the round with only these sheriffs and most of the stingers. But such a well played round. Just previously in the round, we were discussing that how big of a struggle it could be for the start of Team AVT if they did not just get themselves together. But beautiful use of ultimate, which started off from Acid's Ma, bought his Blade Storm, got the first blood, and that first blood was indeed a very big value to his team.
Yup, this is the 6th round that has just begun, and this time the attackers have decided to switch up their strategy, going in all together. Let's see how this is going to work out for them. The one of the duelists have decided to go in for a lurk, but here we have a ult being used by AVT Musk. He was able to tag some players, but really wasn't able to do get any kills. Ult being used by Blue as well, misses the player. That was really close. If Mask would have jumped a second too early, he might have actually taken some damage from that ult. And KJ bot coming in clutch again, spotting players. We just saw in the last round how overpowered that KJ bot really is when used correctly. And 4-5v5 is still the situation, but not anymore. There is a trade coming in on towards Shank. Shank was able Zen was able to take out one player before he did get traded out by Shank. It is a 4v4 situation. Ult being used by Shanks as well. But it got cancelled because the opponent just shot him. And he teleports outside. And the attacker seems to be rotating towards A side. Will they be able to capture the site? We'll have to see.
30 seconds left.
Blue, on the other hand, leads for his team as he knows he doesn't have much HP to work with, but Atismak once again comes in with the kill. That's a beautiful 3k coming in from the side of the duo combo of Astra and Jed, and that's what the beauty of Op really comes in. Secret down in a 1 versus 4 with only 13 seconds in the clock. I think the save is the best case option for him, but not when he's been haunted down from 4 different players and 4 different directions. But there comes the peak, and Headhunter gets his kill, gets his ultimate online, and that's an equalizer on board. Team AVT, they get the 3rd win, and the 3-round victory is just right there in the starting 6 rounds. More 6 rounds remaining for the first half to end, and ideally I do believe that Team AVT do not want to just lose out their momentum, and it all starts with not giving a thrifty, because these eco rounds are way more interesting than what you see in a buy round. Almost it's like if you have the ultimate online, you can really bet that you might have a very different odds towards your side. But now, Fade with the Nightfall, Astra with the Cosmic Divide, and as Asma with his Operator. Goes for an aggressive peek. The Brawler gets himself spotted, but Acidsma doesn't want to risk it all. He comes back. He knows if it's a hit, he needs to buy time for his team so that they rotate. But there comes the Haunt, and he gets revealed. Things are not looking good. He misses 3 shots, but that's where he gets the 3rd one. Shank coming up huge with the 2k, but Mars, the reveal is too efficient, and it's down to a 3 versus 3 scenario.
The Omen using TP to get into the side, goes in for the spy plant. Drone being used by the Sova. Will get maybe a little bit of info that there is, players in the side, because the spike just got planted and it got broken before he could really spot any player. 3v3 is currently the situation, but the KO is very... Actually, I think he is knocked out. He's just alive because of his ult. Blue takes down AVT Mask. Secret takes out Zen. And KJ taking out Secret but gets shaded out by Blue. What an amazing round by attackers this was. They really played it out well. And yeah, GG's.
3-4 is the scoreline. Most 5 rounds remaining for the first half to end. Team AVT, they're looking quite, hampered with the economy. Like, you have one guy on the orb, then you have another with the Vandal. And Mask, unfortunately, he is going to just give up on the Bulldog and rather go away with the Vandal itself. Okay, Sen buys the Operator alongside a Vandal. So there is an op for the side of Team AVT, but they just leave it behind to make sure that their economical situation are quite good. Once again, the Prowler comes in, but Acid's Mark comes in huge with the first kill. No Operator, no problem for this Jet, and that's what brings him the first blood. The Crossfire is just so good, but Zen comes up with another kill. Neural Theft being invested, and this is going to reveal each and every position of the players here, but still... Poppin swinging, it's going to be Shanks, but still gets taken down as the Haunt and the Siege was quite efficiently used from the side of the attackers' fade. And now it's John Wick. 1 versus 4 for him, and he has a spike. Good thing that his ultimate is now not going to be used. So that is a very great thing as team defenders. They can really work on these off-angle positions. But bad thing is that John Wick, he really needs to, come up huge for his team, getting off with the first blood, but he gets spotted, and that's where Phenom FTW gets the final kill. That's an equalizer. This game of Ascent is just reminding me of the last game which we saw yesterday. Almost a 6-all first half. That's where, the second half was way more interesting. But Shanks calls off a timeout, and let's see after the timeout, can team attackers decide some strat for themselves to execute towards the site?
Well, definitely I have to see that, but seeing John Wick alive all alone made me remind of that John Wick scene from the actual movie where he could just kill 3 guys in a bar with a pencil, but unfortunately that was not the case. I was really hoping he would clutch up the situation, and I would say he just needs a Vandal to clutch up the entire situation, but that did not happen. It's fine. We have a timeout active. Let's see how that is going to help the attackers. Maybe there's a strategy switch coming up, but like you said, the Operator that was actually not used, thrown at the very last second to get their economy right, was actually very good decision. 4v4, 4 is the current score from both the side, and let's see if the attackers or the defenders actually are going to use any ults, because since they have 2 of them available, and both of them are actually very, very good ults. Astra can just divide the entire map in 2, and KJ just clears the entire side by using his ult. So let's see how that is going to play out here. We have the 9th round that has just begun. Timeout is finally over. Taking a look at their economy and their buy, looks like attackers are going for a save with only Blue going in for a Spectre. Hopefully he can get a gun for his teammate. Acid just rushing in, takes out one of the opponents. A headhunter coming in with the help, takes out one of the guys. Acid getting a 2k here. 4 of the guys are already down from the attacker side. That all happened way too quick. 4v1 is currently the situation. The Fade from the attacking side, that is Secret, is the only one alive and gets spotted by Acid. Beautiful 3k coming in by the Jet from the defending side.
Well, that was a great initiator. Jet play comes out with the first flashbang, and the flash was so incredible. Asadsmart just need to, just get his aim quite right. 5-4 scoreline, once again winning back-to-back 2 rounds. It's none other than Team AVT in the lead, but the lead is only of 1 round, and there's only 3 more rounds remaining for the first half to end. Team AVT, they still have 3 ultimates online, so if anything goes south, they have the Killshot lockdown, they have the Astral Divide for the entire map control, plus even Jet could come up with the Blade Storm. But once again, Sid Sama goes aggressive with his Phantom, while Shock Darts is really being a big crucial, barrier for Shin to execute towards the B main. This gives Sid Sama so much space to just capture himself in an off-angle position, and Shin might just be a victim of it. But well, Shin is more smart enough. He gets the win, gets the aim duel win, and that's what brings him the first blood. The duelist fight still going on, but Shin is down to just 71 HP. Oh, the headshot is crisp, and there comes another kill. 3 versus 4 scenario, and Headhunter finds Raze. Ultimate being utilized. Let's see Phoenix run it back. Could it bring some amazing damage? Well, 3 kills already up. He's on for the ace. If Killjoy uses its lockdown, they still have a good amount of utility to just deny it, but Shin is going for the flank, taking the market control, while Phenom, FTW, and KO would just be left clueless. If he wants an ace, he really needs to get aggressive at this point, and that's where he comes in. The dark cover is just there. He gets the 4K. That's the 4th kill he's on for the ace, but Secret just steals it. Well, no ace, no problem, but at least they won the round after 2 rounds of loss, and now the economy seems to be pretty stable. They are on the verge of closing the entire half, either at a 6-all scoreline or at a 7-5.
Yeah, we'll have to see which way this is going to lean on, because at this point it could go either way very easily, since both of the sides have equal buy. But there is an advantage for the attacker side, since they do have the operator with the Jet, and we have seen Jet do some wonderful stuff with that operator. Also, there are 3 ults ready from the defending side as well. So if I would have to make a bet, it would be definitely for the defending side. But here we have this the 11th round that has just begun. Attackers going towards the B side yet again. Omen using his smokes to potentially block off some views and help his teammate a little. What I've seen from Shin so far is he can take really good peaks and starts with the wall bang, doesn't instantly goes for the full peak. So he might be able to get this Jet right in time, and he will. What a beautiful shot that was. Jet was not able to react in time. John Wick getting that kill on Zen, but Zen was able to take out Phoenix from the attacking side. It is a 4v3 situation. Ray's using his satchels, getting into the side, but it is an Odin that is in hand. Sova, and he was able to kill him right in the air. Didn't even get the time. Didn't even give the time for the race to land on the ground. The only thing landed was his body. And we can see the KJ staying in the mid, holding an angle, takes out Secret. And the John Wick comes in for the same peak from the same angle, knowing that the KJ is right there. Definitely not a good decision by him. Probably should have switched up his angle, or maybe come from a different side. But still, GG's. And what I thought would happen did happen. It is the defenders who won that round.
6-5 is the scoreline, and if you'll just look back at the entire past 7 rounds, it's like 2 defenders round win, then you see attackers win 1 round, then again 2 defenders round win, then an attacker win. So I do believe we might just close it out to a 7-5 scoreline, but an early out round once again. Soa just misses it to come all the way above the B main window. Horn comes through. Oh, the Recon Dart is revealing 4 players. Mask still has the Odin. The Odin could be so much of a big value when it comes to these wall bang, but Phantom comes in with a spam. Mask gets another player down. That's all the way. 2 duelists down itself. Now, what would the Initiator, Control, and Sentinel do while being alone, trapped in the mid of nowhere at the B main side, while Shank still looks out for some opportunity? Killjoy uses the lockdown, sits Summer down to a very low HP, but still manages to get away with John Wick. He has the Blade Storms online. He's looking for the kill, but Shanks is now all alone in a 1 versus 5 ace clutch scenario. No point being utilized. There comes the white swing, and Headhunters find Shank, and that's the 7-5 closure. Finally, after the entire half ended, the Astra got a chance to use the ultimate, but not of any use, while Team Shanks and Team Entire AVT is now going to be all the way up towards an attacking side. But at the attacker, you just have 2 round of buffer. Just win margin is quite less for you. But still, if you see Shin on that form, he might bring up so much value to his team. Being a duelist and being at the defense side of Asin, I think that is something where I do believe it's kind of favoring the side of Team Rafters, given that their duelists are really still top ranking for their team.
Definitely, and there's something. There's one additional thing that I would like to see Shin do, especially because he is playing Phoenix, is farm orbs as much as he can, because the ult from the Phoenix is very crucial. So the orb farming definitely needs to play an important role there, and we can see Acid getting the first blood here on towards the Rays from the defending side, definitely giving the attackers an edge. Here we can see Secret getting taken out as well. I don't know why he was just running straight. Maybe he was blinded or something. 5v3 is currently the situation. Attackers, only 3 players still alive. Jet goes in for the peak, takes down John Wick as well. Two really good kills coming in for the Jet. Phoenix, the only one alive. Will he be able to clutch the situation? A 1v5, potentially an ace. We'll have to see. He is taking his time, not really rushing in. And that might be the reason he actually ends up winning, but that will not happen because Cage is just holding that angle beautifully. Will go in for the shot and accurately predict Phoenix coming in from there.
8 fast goal line, and that's just incredible. Team attackers, which is none other than Team ABT, utilize the entire util right there. They know that once the economy looks kind of great for the side of Team Rafters, things are not going to be same. But they win the pistol round. They are now on the verge of getting a good lead right here. This round win shouldn't be a problem, but a big stack towards the A side. They are kind of gambling with their position, which is kind of great, but it's just at the wrong side. Let's see how fast do they realize at this point. No early util use. The previous round we did saw Fade going off with the Siege, while Paint Shell being utilized from the side of Raze. So if the Raze would have been at the very right time and the Siege would have spotted at least 3 guys, that would have resulted in 3k. But well, one of the players gets spotted all the way. The fight is going to go down towards the B main side. It's going to be Spectre up against his classic pistol. Sid Summer goes in aggressive, clears the entire side. Being the Jet, he is leading his team. But Shin nowhere comes out with the 2k, and that is incredible. This 2k means so much for his team as he is still having that winning chances. The spike is going to be planted, but Headhunter might be on the verge of getting down, but that's not the case. He gets Shin down, and it's all the way down to Shank in a 1 versus 3. He is really anticipated towards the CD side. Swan Grenade, no armor, no gun. Still standing to get some exit frags, as this is just one of those save rounds. The round after this is going to be their bar round, so they want to do as much damage as they can, and Headhunter is getting the second kill for his round. That's the 9-5 scoreline. That's a lead of 4 rounds.
If Oman right there would have waited for a couple more seconds for the smoke to disappear, maybe he would have been able to get some exit frags, or maybe just hold that angle behind the smokes in a small area. Maybe he could have seen some kills coming in his way. But rushing in was definitely not the correct move, especially because he had to clear so many angles at once, and that is not a position you want to ever be in. 9-5 currently being the scoreline. A huge lead for Team AVT, and they definitely deserve it. Looking at their gameplay and their coordination from the entire team, the attacking side has been very good for them so far. They have won all the 2 rounds that have been played so far. We can see KJ just lurking all alone on towards the A side, and rest of the team just hanging out near B main. Astra looking in the mid, making sure no one comes out, and goes for a backstab. Like I said earlier, these lurks are very important because this always keeps the opponents on edge. They'll have to clear all the angles when they're going in for the backstab, even if they don't lurk every round. Lurking a couple of rounds, just a couple of rounds is actually very important. And here we can see some utilities being used. Smokes coming in, Jet just dashing in. John Wick gets the first blood on Zen, but will they be able to continue this pace? They won't, because Jet is already inside, and somehow they just completely ignored them. Both of them gets taken down by Jet. Shanks meanwhile was able to get 1 kill, but gets traded out by Phoenix, and Phoenix will get taken out as well. It's a 3v2 situation. KJ, I love this thing about KJ of the attacking side. He always comes and sits at this position, making sure no one comes in for the backstab, and helping the team as much as he can. Secret will predict that there is a guy there. He did use his utility as well, so that will give away his info. Secret unfortunately will get taken down, and Blue takes out the trade. His death definitely did not go in vain. Blue rushing in, does not have a lot of time left. He'll have to make a decision if he wants to commit. He decides not to, but Jet was able to get that exit frag on Raze. Another beautiful round coming in for the team AVT. What a beautiful execution throughout the entire match. Every player knows exactly what they're doing and what role they're playing. KJ, you can see he instantly goes for that position, knows he has to look for the backstab. And even though he was spotted, he did not change the position, just kept looking. And that did get him a kill. That did help the team win the round.
And that round win really confirms them on Eco, which they'll be now playing up against. Team Rafters, they don't have much economical stability for themselves, but they do have a judge, they do have Shin in a great form. All he need is one good timing. Siege comes in. Oh my god, this could be so big thing. But there's no risk play coming in. Oh, there comes Shen with an aggressive peek, but he was just wrongly timed right there. Oh, the judge criminals are still there. Zen gets away with a kill on the secret, but there comes another side control. I think this is one of those classical AVT executions towards the A side, but down to a 3 versus 4 scenario. Either you could overcome it and lose out your gun, lose out your economy, or you might just save what you have. Saving is still an option. John Wick comes up with the first kill. This could be a doable retake at this point. Slowly, steadily coming in. It's going to be John Wick who gets second down while Zen comes in huge with a 2K. Final kill, and that's a 1 versus 1. Spam comes through down to 70 HP. Only 20 seconds remaining in the clock. The outrun being utilized. Shanks really is anticipating him to be towards the side of Shower. But oh no, this is going to be such a bad scenario. The shock dart is not going to give much damage. But Mask will come up with the final kill. The 11th round is up, and Team AVT 2 rounds away from moving into another lower bracket round.
Team AVT, despite being in such a huge lead, they are not letting this go into their head. I really assumed, I thought what Sova was going to do there was just rush into the site and kill the Omen as quickly as possible. That's not what he did. He took his time, he used his utils, he got the info from the drone, then he used the shock dart, not even went for the peak straight as soon as he knew the location. He used the shock darts and made sure that the team got the win. That was his priority, not the kill. Very well played by them. And here we can see the entire A site is completely empty. The defenders have decided to commit one side, and that is not going to be favorable for them. They are quickly running, coming towards the A side, but will they be able to come quick enough? We'll have to see. Asta did use his ult and divided the entire map into. What a beautiful execution of that ult as well, giving them a huge advantage and an easy spike plant. This ult has now finished, and here comes the retake. Will they be able to do it or not? We'll have to see. Shen on ult was able to do some damage, but wasn't able to take out a player. And here we can see Zen gets taken out by Secret. 3 of the guys from the defending side are already out. Attackers are on a roll, and another round going in for the attackers. Very well played again by them. You can just see how coordinated this entire team is. These guys are not letting the opponents have a single round ever since the second half began.
The match point is up, and Team AVT 1 round away from moving into another round. Almost it could be, their semi-finals for the lower bracket. While Team Rafters, they had a great beginning. I still know they had like a start of 3-1 scoreline, and be quite good with his operating. Let it defenders and mural set and to the shadows, but who made
Upon, there might be some
this kid?
audio issue. Anyway, still Upcon takes a look at that audio issue. We are going to continue with this final match, or the match that could be the final match, because it is a 12-5 score. The match point, the attacker seems to be going towards the B side. It seems like haven't committed fully yet, just holding their shift down and moving slowly, not making any sound. The ult is being taken by the KJ, and it is used. The ult is used. Oh, sorry, the thing that was taken earlier was the orb, and now the ult got used, and this will grant them an easy entry. But the Fade is trying his best to hold them for as long as possible. Shanks getting the first blood on Headhunter. Raze has
30
already been
seconds
taken
left.
down from the defending side. It's a 4v4 situation. Spike being planted. Rise, I'm talking about it. AVT looking at the backstab, takes out Shanks, but doesn't realize there's another guy right behind him. Shin will take out AVT. It's a 3v3 situation. Spike has already been planted. Will the defenders be able to go for a retake here? We'll have to see. If this is the round that the defenders lose, it will be a GG well played for them. They will be out of the tournament. So I really hope they really put in a good thought of how they're going to do this. Shin was able to take out Zen, and John Wick gets taken out by Acid. Acid getting taken out in a trade, and a round finally coming in for the defenders. The Phoenix really did clutch up there, getting a 4K, a beautiful 4K, I might add, for himself. And after losing 5 rounds back to back, finally a round coming in for the defense.
Would really want to work on. It's just some of my audio connectivity issues right there. But man, this game is just not, getting back with the entertainment. First match of the day, and it's already up on a 12-6 scoreline. Just one more round needed for the start of AVT to secure their map of ASN, to secure this entire first lower bracket match. But on the other hand, it's Rafters was still not willing to leave it. John Wick comes up with the spam onto the Bulldog, and the siege was so incredibly well placed. Already a numbers advantage for the side of team defenders, which is going to be Rafters. Shanks willing to go aggressive, but he risks himself and gets himself down. Mars takes him down with the Bulldog. Blue is still having an operator. This could be of a big value for them. But does John Wick anticipates the astral smoke might be a big unfortunate series of situation for him as look after Zane's position. John Wick might just get outplayed right there, but what KO is the one who might be getting outplayed right there. 2 versus 3 scenario. Shin uses up his ult, uses his run it back, but doesn't get much value. Phenom looking at the wrong side, gets down and gets the spike towards the opponent's field. Now this is where he needs to come huge. It's going to be Headhunter. 20 seconds remaining. Save is the wise decision for him, I believe. But Secret on the other hand, let's see if he could find him. Yes, he does, and that's the 7th round. Team Rafters live for another round.
I think what we are witnessing here is a comeback coming in for the defenders, and right just when the defenders, the team Rafters needed Shin the most, he really stood up and clutched out the entire game for his teammate. The previous round I'm talking about, and in this round as well, he did use his ult. Sorry, the previous to previous round is what I was talking about earlier. In the previous round, he did use his ult, got some info, killed the KJ, killed one more guy when he was using that ult, and really helped out his teammates. Shin, again, being a little aggressive, goes out after using a flash, but that won't be it. Chief, he gets taken out by the Jet, who was on top of those boxes, and the ult being used by the Rays, it's the showstopper, and it will stop the show of Acid. Unfortunately for him, Blue gets taken out in a trade. 4v2 is currently the situation. Even the Fade uses ult. The entire attacking side has lost their audio, and Secret using that operator will be able to will be able to take out the Astra. Zen getting their final kill on John Wick. The score will be 13-7, and this is where we say goodbye to Team Rafters.
Man, what a game it was. What a game. It went back and forth, especially in the very beginning of the entire match, and in those, end moments. But finally, Team Vata, they come up with the victory, a 13-7 scoreline to close out the map of Ascend, and they will continue their run in the lower bracket while we will be awaited for the next few matches, which we are going to see between the side of Stinger and Team Throwboys. Now, that is going to be an incredible BO1 match. This match, kudos to the start of Sid Sama as well, who comes up with 22k 310 average combat score. But well, that's it for the first match. First match, it's just done, but this is just getting started. We have three more games remaining. Starting things up, it's going to be another lower bracket match, after which we'll be seeing two of the winning teams play up against each other, fighting for that one slot, which will be the upper bracket final. So today is the day where we might kind of, lose two of the players, but at the same time, we'd also get two of those incredible teams who might make their place all the way into the grand finals.
Yup, and I'm really excited to see team AVT that is making their way forward. Let's see how they're going to do in the future matches. But I'm really sad to see Team Rafters go. I believe they definitely had more potential. They could have done a little better. What I was saying during the game as well, what I expected more from Shin was orb farming, because as a Phoenix main, you really need to collect those orbs as many times as you can. If you see the players aren't, if you're on the defending side and you don't see anyone on your side, you just need to go out, pick that orb, and then rotate, or maybe go for a backstab. That's really up to you. But orb farming is very crucial. Maybe that could have changed the things up, especially after the side got switched, because in the defending side, they really were not able to hold their own. And for a map that is known for its defense, that is very astounding. Uh, Also, talking about the kills here, we can see as Jet from uh, the defending side, that was the team AVT, did a really good job. He got 22 kills. That operator kills coming in by him were also huge. Shin from the other side, from the team Rafters side, the duelist from their team, was able to get 18 kills, which is not bad either. And yeah, that's it for the first game for the evening. We will be moving on to the second one. We are gonna just create the lobby for you guys and be back as soon as possible. Till then, enjoy the music and the clips.
Fast I get those feelings, feelings weighing heavy on my heart. It's hard to find the reasons, reasons here for everything gone wrong. I just wanna know why some of us are guarded. I just wanna know why some of us are haunted. Guess in the skies, all we ever wanted. All of us got distracted by the trees inside the forest. 'Cause I was never ready for this. Hard to tell where my heart is. Know it's all in for this. Hard to tell where my heart is. Know it's all in for this.
Big way when I'm walking, pray when I'm talking this to you. Fight for my attention, for your ascension, you must prove. 'Cause if you can find it, you don't confine it, you let it move. Make way for the genie, scream for the dream may come true. Have you ever played with a queen? I can show you what I mean. I can make you feel free. Can you meet me on my level? Oh, baby, is your rain over? Can you battle with the devil? Oh, baby, is the game over?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Trade Republic Gen 23 and Alpha Expedition. We are right here with the day two of this entire Valorant tournament with a massive prize pool of 20,000 Indian rupees. 80 teams battle up against each other, and we are finally down to the top 8 teams. While we might be just down to top 6 teams, because this is that one knockout lower bracket run which team none other than Stinger versus Throwboys are going to play up against. I am, just excited to witness the map video first of all, because we started off the entire day with Ascend, and it was a heartbreaking farewell to give to the side of Team Rafters, who really had a very great spirit in them to make sure that they keep fighting till the very end, even after they lost the match point to their opponents. But let's see which one of the two teams will get to move forward when it comes towards the side of Team Stinger and Team Throwboys.
Yep, it is definitely going to be very interesting to see which one is going to make it further into the tournament and which one is going to say bye bye to us. But talking a little about the previous game itself, what are your thoughts about it, Upcon?
I think previous game team, in starting we saw how the defensive advantage was so greatly utilized. Starting off with the 3-1, Rafters were looking just incredible. So the Phoenix, which was none other than Sign, if I'm not wrong, sorry if I pronounce him wrong, he was also in a great form. Was really willing to take the risky plays, but just as we saw in the highlights, after a certain moment of time, he kind of started to play quite expectedly. It was like a team attackers, which was the side of Team AVT. They were expecting each and every move. They were expecting each and every position where team defenders would be the one who would come out of their safe zone and would go in a bit aggressive to find some first blood. Well, they get the opportunity to take them down. With the Peakers advantage, Asen map in the second half was like literally very easy for the side of Team AVT, and that bought them a 13-7 scoreline. But Team AVT, they just won one of the match from the lower bracket. Now they are going to be facing up against the winner of the two teams who will be fighting off now. As you can see down there, we have Team Throwers and Team Stinger. Yesterday, when we got to see both of these teams, I believe it was the side of team, Stinger was playing up against Edge Runner, and it was like a 13-11 heartbreaking scoreline. We had Team Throwers who were up against a very great, team which was Team Reunited by, and that also came down to a 13-10 if I'm not wrong. So both of these teams, 13-11, 13-10, sounds pretty competitive.
It definitely does. And here we can see the map. Vito, the map that we are going to play for this game is going to be Pine. Fracture, Ascent, Icebox, Pearl, Breeze, Heaven, all of them were banned, and the Bind is the only one left remaining. So that will be the map that will be played. It is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to get played out. We did see the map getting played yesterday. I believe it was the third game that we saw, and the ciphers were picked from both the sides. So I'm expecting the same to happen, and both of the ciphers did really good as well. Both of them were top fragging from their team, and maybe that is going to happen again as well. Also, another agent I would like to see being played on Bind is Brim or Omen, because both of them are pretty good. Also, Viper isn't that bad either. What do you think is the essential lineup for Bind?
I think when it comes to a map like Bind, Viper might not be that, I'll say into the consideration if you take Brimstone. Comparatively, Brimstone has many sky smokes. He can literally is the only agent who can, use three smokes at the same time with, no amount of issues for him, while his smokes is also quite dense. Fighting like a smoke criminal isn't something which you want to do when it's a sky smoke from the side of Brim. While the orbital strike clearly clears so many angles, he has an incendiary, which is a post plant lineup. Plus, you have stim beacon, which is like just it boosts your reload, it boosts your entire speed. So overall, in a nutshell, Bind is just one of the map where Brimstone could be played so well. But Brimstone as a player, also players should be really comfortable with the agent. It comes down to players as well, that which agent are they like quite familiar with. Not that they have to play it. It's what they have to play. Like incredibly team often tend to play some of the players like Reyna, Jet, only one reason, because they're too good in that aim duels. But when it comes to a challenging agent, when it comes to Yoru, which I spoke yesterday, none of the players were like kind of really counting it as an option. We did saw like in the early agent selection, 5 players were ready to take Yoru, but that wasn't the lock. And in the international meta, we have seen how often Yoru can be such a big devastating independent duelist to take off each and every frag. But after the current updates, I think he just is good for one while he gets traded off. And being an attacker, that's where Yoru is of a big, value to you. But when it comes to defenders, it's not something you would want to really keep on. So I do believe maybe Brimstone, maybe the side of Cypher would be a great pick. And there are so many options that, we have total 23 agents at this point after Harbor came in. So what are your call? Like, what would be your playing five if you would be in the map of Bind?
Well, the one agent I would definitely pick that I've not been seeing enough used, that I've not been seeing used enough is Reina. I really hope one of the team goes for it. If they're not going for Yoru, of course, because an entry flash is definitely essential, and both of them do provide an entry flash. And the agent selection have started, and it looks like the defenders might be going in for the neon, a triple neon play right here. Just we might, yeah, this is exactly what happened yesterday with Yoru as well. All right, from the from the attacking side, it seems like Swag Zara is going for a race play. I think yesterday he did go for Reina, if I'm not wrong. But today he has decided to go for Raise Its Blood using Jet, which is also quite good on Bind, and Fade being used by the Dark. What I'm surprised is no one is going for Cypher on this one.
I think as like a sentinel role is very very crucial. Going on for a killjoy, we have seen how it limits the players to be in a certain number, a certain diameter of the entire circumference. While Ray is one of the important duelists when it comes to clearing the off angles, a duelist duo where it comes to Raze and Jet alongside an initiator Fade. Well, Brimstone being counted as a control. I'd love to see Brimstone being played from the side of, I believe it's CHOMU. But on the other hand, if you ask me, he was the Jet yesterday. Its blood was the red of yesterday's match. So, well, some interesting changes coming in from their team. From the side of Team Stinger, we have Breach and like a Fade play. So this is good because you have two initiators that would really help you retake to any side. You have even Pro Shooter, who is like I'll say initiator controller. He has this blind which completely paranoids your entire line of sight. Not just the only drawback, it also paranoids your own teammate if you are within the entire range. But that could be so good for the retake. Fluff and stuff would be a great, I'll say sentinel to defend the side, not just in a post plan scenario, but also while being at the defense. So if you ask me, I think Team Stinger, they got the winning lineup.
We'll have to see how that really plays out. The first round should be starting at any second. And let's see if that KJ can really play to his full potential. From the both side, actually, one will be defending the side while the other will just be holding for backstabs. And yeah, we can see Omen being played as a smoker from the defending side. Omen, like you said, for Bind, it is definitely better to go for a Brim, especially because of the air smokes, and he has the 3 smokes. But I think Omen can do some good as well, especially on B side, where you can smoke on the top of generator and just directly teleport into the site, making it a very good entry, especially if your duelist from the team are dead and he is the one who has to get the entry for your team. Let's see if we are actually gonna see plays like those coming in for this round or for this match, and how it's going to go. Looking at the buy really quick, seems like two of the guys from the attacking side are going to go for a pistol. and 3 of them are just not going for any buy at all, while 2 of them are going for a shield, and 3 of the defenders are going for a upgraded weapon, while 2 of them are sticking to a better shield. It's Blood, or the only one on the A side, and the Fade has decided to go towards his team on the B side. They are playing very split, and Jet is all alone, and he did take some damage. 29 HP is all he has, so he has to go back to his teammate to maybe help them out. Maybe they can use him as a bait since he is that low on HP and there is no healer on the team. Raze is trying his best to shoot that 1 pixel of Boombot that he can see on his screen, and he finally is able to take him down. Miner goes in for the peak spots. The KJ right in front of him. This would have given them the info that the KJ is on this side, and his entire traps and utility would be here. But since it's just a pistol round, KJ definitely does not have a lot of things that he can put down. We can see some kills coming in. Miner gets taken down. Fluff and stuff on a roll takes out Swag Zera, but instead he gets taken out by Brim. Brim taking out Sunna Panna as well. 2v1 is a situation. It's Blood takes out the last player alive from the defending side. That was Ryu. And the first round will go for the attackers.
1-0 scoreline back again. It's none other than Team Attackers who start things off with a great advantage. Throw boys, just look at this 1v2 could have been really better if he had both the players lined up. But at the same time, I talked about Chomulal. He was one of the Jet from the yesterday's match, and he was just too good with it. Talking about the other team where we have Stinger at the defensive side, I think Mind Map really reminds me of their game when they were up against the side of Team Edge Runner. It was, I think, the map of Bind itself, but an eco and an aggressive move towards the mid link. Well, the attackers are just waiting for them. There comes a paint shell. The alarm bot is too good, but Ryzik still kind of surviving it. All the 4 players are just quite ready there. There comes the flank. Follow being utilized, but Slay comes up with the first kill. Chomulal will take down, Sunna Panna, but there comes straight back and forth. Swag Zera takes down Pro Shooter. It's down to a 2-0. Never mind, 1v3 scenario. Slay alone. Trying to right click. He does not have any weapon by his side, but Bloods gets the 3k. He's just one ult orb away from getting his ultimate Blaze Storms online, and well, this potentially is the first buy round as well for the side of Team Defenders, which is going to be Team Stinger. Team Stinger, it's a very important round for them. If they somehow just miss on to being victorious in this one round, I think it could really just go down. Team Attackers at the same time, they are on the verge of a bonus, but they have saved some creds. Swag Zera still going on with the judge and saving 300 cred is something which would not really work well. But well, round getting started once again. It's team none other than Stinger who just bait out their early utility, and this is what I believe Team Throw boys are also waiting for. They're waiting for the paint shells to be baited out. They're waiting for the siege, the horn to be utilized, so that once they execute, there won't be any sort of barrier here. Still playing the game of patience, as they know they are firing up against those rifles. They're firing up against those Vandal and Phantoms, so they've got to take it slow. If they'll win this round somehow, they're just going to push back the entire team of Team Stinger once again on an eco. But Slay is ready with the fault line. Dark might just get caught off so badly. Sunna Panna needs to jump peak. There comes the horn, but the fault line would just be in the play. Okay, a little bit delay for the fault line. Well, he comes in with the aftershock. It's Blood, gets anticipated being the smoke criminal. The trade is quite efficient, but there comes Sunna Panna with the kill. The trades are coming from both the sides. 2 kills each, and that comes down to a 3 versus 3, and the spike in the hands of Swag Zera. Well, right now, Zook comes in with the final kill, taking down the spike carrier, and it comes down to Dark in a 1 versus 2.
1 versus 2, and we'll have to see if Dark can actually do something. He only has 6 bullets in his chamber. He needs to go for a reload. 39 HP to his name. Spike is all the way on the other side, and there is definitely not enough time to do anything. He will go for a save, it seems like, which is definitely a good choice. And this will be the first round the defenders will be winning for this match. 2-1 is the new score line. And taking a look at the economy really quick, it seems like the defenders, even though they did win one round, are not going to have a lot of money. And two of them will have to go for maybe a half shield or maybe a smaller buy, but three of them will be able to go for a full buy with bigger shields. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the attacker seems to be not doing good on economy either. It's a mixed buy with only Dark and Jet getting a full buy with full shield. Rest of all uh, are on a smaller buy or have a smaller shield. Attackers seems to be going towards the A side. Let's see how this plays out for them.
Oh, well, Fate comes up with the first kill, uses the horn, but he gets himself spotted on with the clone. Fade right there. Swag Zera playing a good sneaky move, trying to sneak into the Shava's area. But I'll say, Rizaki was really lucky enough to get himself repositioned right there. His blood plays the spiming so well, gets the kill, gets away with it as well. Dark still trying to anticipate where is the final player who is hiding in the backside. Chomu comes up with the post plant scenario. It's a 3 versus 4. Blind of Breach is really blinding these players with lights. Its blood is still holding off this entire corner. Its blood's good for the second kill itself. Sunna Panna, he is up with the judge and is down in a 1v3 scenario. I don't think it's going to be easy. He needs to switch up his gun, but he gets haunted down with the Fades reveal, and there comes the third round. Well, the bonus round wasn't that ideal, but this one round completely shows how ready team attackers are and how ready, like I'll say, the entire team of none other than Throw Boys after losing yesterday's match to a very close equation. But at the same time, they're up against the Singers who have just played in the map of Bind itself to push themselves in the lower bracket. They have the experience, they know what went wrong, and they are definitely not going to repeat it, I believe.
This is the fifth round that has just begun. Attacker seems to be going towards the B side. There is a KJ there, but unfortunately, because he did not have enough money for the buy, he won't have any utilities. Holding the side, Swags are getting that first blood on Sunnapuna and instantly pops out the art. But Pro Shooter with the deagle in his hand takes out the guy before he can even use the ult. It's blood only on 5 HP at a very open angle. Will he be able to get a pick? We'll have to see. Spike has been planted. 4v4 is current situation, and there is a guy in hookah just waiting and seeing if anyone is coming for a backstab, but I don't think that is going to happen because all of the defenders are already at B side. The comeback has been initiated by the defenders, but I don't think that is really going to take place. Oh, sorry, the retake. And 4-1 will be the new score. Attackers winning the fourth round for themselves.
Well, 4-1 scoreline. This is the time where the ultimates are also going to come into the play. And also, we have Team Defenders, which is Team Stinger, back with their Vandals. All the players in the server are going on for a Vandal. No Phantom, not even a single player choosing on for the Phantom. Well, there comes Fluff and stuff. That's the spirit. The only player with Phantom and all the rest of the players playing up with the Vandals. Those one-tap headshots could be it. While Phantom, just 140 damage and could be a big disaster if you just dink him and, just get away with the kill. Dark, on the other hand, using the Prowler to get the hookah control. Its blood is going to initiate towards the side, but on the other hand, it's going to be Sunna Panan Pro Shooter waiting for them on the other hand. On comes back again. Alarm Bots gets himself spotted. Still the rotations are not there, and that's where the Killjoy uses its lockdown. Raze will have a paint shell, but it misses to just rebound. My god, that is going to be a bit devastating, but Aftershock might just destroy. Oh, that does either. So just some fails, play coming in from the side of, Team Defenders. But it's blood going to a good aggressive peak while he doesn't get much value out of it. Rizaki, 1v5 for him. He has a Nightfall ultimate. Gets his clone fate, looking for few another shot, but Swag Sarah takes him down. 5th round victory, and that was a buy round, mind you. The bar round is yet again being lost from the side of Team Stinger. I don't know how are they planning to move on with this current state where they have all the ultimates online. But little do they have the economy to fight up against the side of Team Throw Boys.
Maybe if they use their ults right, there could be something they can do to win this round. A timeout has been initiated by the defenders. They definitely need to switch up their strategies a little, find a new path for themselves for this round, because if they don't, they will be in deep trouble. They will go for another save round, a half by round. Three of them are going for a full shield, while two of them are only on half shields. Meanwhile, if you take a look at the economy of the attackers, they are big chilling at the moment. They have a lot of money. Even if they lose a couple of rounds, they would still be quite good. And let's see how this timeout is going to play in, how the new strategy is going to work out for them. 5-1 being the current scoreline, 4-point lead towards the attackers. It is kind of a huge lead, and if the defenders don't do something about it, this might continue the entire first half.
Well, I hope that this timeout does results in them getting few number of rounds. Because one thing that I always state about Ascent and Bind, it's their defensive side. You have so many off angles to work with being a defender, but Chomulal, oh, he gets away again with the kill onto the raise onto Sunnapanna, and that's a raise. I believe a duelist being taken down, the only duelist. Another player down, and it just remains to be a very big nightmare for the side of team attackers. Back-to-back kills coming in their favor, on the verge of getting the flawless round. Pro shooter down in a 1 versus 5, denies the flawless, but he gets one kill. He has an ultimate. But what is going to be his play right here? Goes for the play. It's going to be his blood coming up, trolling him and getting away with a shorty kill. Oh man, that's a total disrespect. Its blood is feeling it right now with his jet, and it's the 6th round victory. It was an eco for the start of Team Stinger, but little do they know it's only 5 more rounds remaining for the first half to end, and after winning only one round, that one round was also because team attackers, they didn't have the time to plan the spike. And that was because all the opponent players were playing a bonus while they were having the Vandals. So that round was kind of, theoretically quite possible. But back again, they come back with the Vandals. They come back with the heavy armor. Let's hope that, these armors, these Vandals could bring up to some use. There have been someone who, really love to play these aggressive peaks. Slay is ready with the fault line. So Napana can get so many kills right there. The fault line is being used. Oh, there comes Napana with the first kills. And that is a beautiful execution, a beautiful team play from both of these players, using their both capabilities and ability to their advantage. Once again, the blind comes again. Chomulal still willing to not give up his position. He has a showstopper ultimate, so that could just be the second round victory in case he uses it right at the right time.
The attackers towards the B main, two of them are in a hookah, but only one remains since Tag just got taken out by Fluff and Stuff. Fluff and Stuff still looking at that angle. He knows. I think he did spot another player there. It's Blood takes out Sunnapanna, making the game a 4v3 now. And the utilities being used by Breach will concuss the opponent, and they'll have to go into a cover. Bream has also used his smokes, and the side has been taken over by the attackers. Will the retake be possible at this moment? They do have the number advantage, and the ult, they just got popped by KJ. The attackers will have to leave the side alone. Luckily for them, this spike will still be in in the view of the attackers.
Yep.
Miner gets taken out. Fluff and Stuff gets taken out. It's a 3v2 situation. It's gonna be really close game. And Jet is the only one alive from the attacking side. He did take out 3 guys, but that won't be enough. The defuse coming in from the defenders.
Beautiful round coming in from the side of Stinger, and they finally make some value out of their buy round. Yet after winning the round, I do doubt if they have those Vandals once again, because the loss bonus was on the max. They had a heavy investment. They are still not great with the economical situations even after winning the round. So let's hope what's going to be the play. One Stinger, one Guardian, and a half armor for Sunna Patna, even after he has 2,900 creds in his pack. Okay, I think, well, there comes some upgrade. All the players on heavy armor, because that's something you would really want to prefer. Just 4 rounds remaining. I believe this could be one of those 9-3 curse score lines, but comeback is something which we are really anticipating at this point. Swag Zero, on the other hand, leading the troop. Oh, he spots on the clone raise, but the fort line and race combo once again doing so much value. Fade just uses the teleportal and comes up with the Prowler to clear off the entire hookah area. Team, like Throwboys, they know how completely, they have been successful enough to execute towards the side of B, because there are 3 players who position themselves to A. But this time, as Slay has already rotated this early, they have 3 ultimate. The Rolling Thunder would just help them defend the entire side. Fade is ready with the Nightfall ultimate, while Slay is just holding. He has this ultimate, he has the flash. There comes the flash, not yet using the entire Rolling Thunder ultimate. Blind comes back again, but no kills being initiated. Slay comes up with the first one. The spike carrier has been taken down. 4 versus 4 for him. Pro Shooter comes in huge, but there comes Myra with another 2k. The counter fade out, and this leaves us with a single player, fluff and stuff, while he gets taken down. The 7th round victory. What a round from both of these teams. Played it incredibly well, played it next to perfection, but in the end, it was none other than Team Throwboys who got in, who got the round in their bank. And now it's them having the lead of 5 rounds.
This is going to put the defenders again in a huge disadvantage, because there were 4 people who were able to buy good weapons last round, but this round it is going to be an eco yet again. I think this the defenders have played more eco rounds than they have played actual vandal rounds, which is really unfortunate for them. Miner using the alarm bot for the backstab, making sure no one interrupts them while they are planning their push. But there are 2 guys going on a lurk from the defending side. It is the Breach, Omen, and Raze. 3 of them going all from the backstab. Turret will spot them, and that is going to be huge for the attackers. KJ just holding an angle, making not being too aggressive, since he did hear multiple shots. Spike is now being planted on towards the A side. Dark takes out 2 guys, being huge for his team. Miner takes out 2 guys as well. Both of them were the backstabbers. Pro Shooter, being the only one alive, did try his best to take out Miner, but that just won't happen. Only 1 guy from the attacking side died. That just means the attackers still have a huge economy boost and a 6-point advantage.
2-8 scoreline. Once again, the round and the leads, they just keep on increasing. But this time, it's another hope, because now we see Team Defenders up with a very equal buy round. They have their Vandals, they have their heavy armor, just 2 ultimate, but I think that's pretty much good, because we have seen how Breach and Raze as a combo, they play towards the side of B. Killjoy willing to take the aggressive peek. Its blood gets blinded with the Breach lights, but still is going to be saved up with his cloud smoke. Its blood still has the dash online. Let's see how he's going to utilize. Suna Panna comes up with a good off-angle position. He might just want to dash away, as he has the ultimate online. The entire, I'll say the hookah is under a big war zone at this point, and there you see, back and forth once again. The ultimates are totally being invested in. Sunna Panna misses his showstopper. You had 8 ult ops to just bring back your ult, and he just uses it for no value to his team. Mirror uses the Killjoy lockdown to get enough time to play on a post-plan scenario, but what? Oh my god, Razuki, he just whips at the very worst time.
2v1 is currently the situation. Smokes used by the Brim, but I don't think this is going to really help him. The spike has already been planted, and the Sunapuna's bot, the robot, spotted him and took him out. Well, that was an easy round coming in for the defenders. 3-8 will be the new score, and only 2 rounds, I believe it is. No, never mind. It is the last round before the first half is over. So let's see how this one is going to go. What do you think is going to be the final score before the first half is over?
even after winning, once again, it's a similar story. We have Team Stinger who have a good round win, but yet two of their players are forced back to play on these Spectres because the economical situation is not something which is kind of favoring them. I do believe that, Raizaki could have been some value. Yeah, he comes up with the Bulldog to be given to his team's fade. It's Blood leading his team. He wants to play a quick push towards the side of where the turret is gonna get spotted. Oh my god, the turret is so brave. He buys few crucial seconds with swag. Zera is up with the showstopper. Oh, he misses a shot, and that's another ace misplay right there. Team Stinger, they still fall apart. The story remains the same as Team. Throw boys are up with the 4-man advantage and 3 ultimate to work with. This is the last, I'll say round. So there's no use of saving up your ult, but it Bloods gets turned up with his own team's ult, and Sunnapanna comes in huge. The orbital strike might just be a big problem, but that does not get enough value. Sunnapanna down alone, but Dark is gonna turn him down, and that's the 9-3 curse scoreline. Where are we heading at this point? Now the defense is in the favor of Team Throw Boys. It comes down to these pistol rounds that which team will be winning the pistols and taking the match victory. Eventually, if we see Team Stinger winning these pistol, they might come as close as 9-5 or 9-6. But that's where I'll say a single bonus round would bring back the double digits for the side of none other than Team Throw Boys, and they might be just 2-3 rounds away from their match point.
Well, they actually might be. Let's see how the first pistol round goes. That will dictate how the first 2 rounds of the second half will end up. So the attackers, it seems like, are going towards the B side where there's only KJ, and the defenders are just ready to go for the backstab. Look at them all stacking up at A and rushing. Just these guys just want to end this game as quickly as possible. They are all going in for the backstab, looking at the corners, making sure no one is hiding at an angle. It's Blood takes out the first guy, the first Blood coming in from him on Pro Shooter. Fluff and stuff gets taken down. Slay gets taken down. It's already down to a 4v1, and now the round has been won by the defenders. Wow, what a quick round that was. The defenders just went purely crazy there.
Indeed, and what a round, man. They just win the 10th round for themselves in this map. That's double digit. That's a big economically advantaged round. And plus, they are on the defensive side. So, only a miracle at this point would really save up the entire team of Stinger. Once again, the Siege and Raze Paint Shell combo is something which they are going to use. I'd love to see how it will play out. But there's no aggressive player towards the side of shot. Okay. Swag Zera already satchels up. Oh, Slay comes up with the first kill. He might get another one because Swag Zera is down to 7 HP. But Dark takes down Slay, and that's the Judge Criminal getting denied. Pro Shooter is at a very good spot, but Sunnapanna takes down Swag Zera, was down to a very low HP, and there comes Pro Shooter as well. Now this is looking a bit bad. This could be one of those thrifty moments for the side of Team Stinger who can really utilize on this numbers advantage. But still, the post plant has to come through. They don't have any intel where the players are hiding. Alarm bot comes in, the double peek is good, but Pro Shooter and Sunnapanna is quite accurate with the team cover. And even after losing the pistol round, it's just Team Stinger thinks that they win this anti-eco and just kind of bring back the economical fight towards their favor.
Being so aggressive while defending is definitely not, gonna work out every round, and we just saw that being demonstrated right in front of us. Attackers winning the last round, and now it seems like they are going towards the B side. They are on a half pie with only one of them on a Guardian and 3 of them with half shields, or actually all of them do have full shields. Sunnapanna takes out the first guy. It is going to be the opponent's Raze. 5v4 is the situation. Attackers being kind of aggressive this time, and Miner getting that pretty good headshot on Pro Shooter, but gets traded out by Sunnapanna. Attackers have claimed the side for themselves. Will a retake be possible? We'll have to see. Attackers do have the man advantage, and the spike is being planted as well. Playing passive for the attackers might be the wise choice, but it's Blood will spot Sunnapanna going for a peek. Takes him out with a headshot. 3v3 is the situation. Both of the fades from both the sides are pretty low on health. And utility is being used by Fade. but that will not catch anyone, and no info will be given from that utility, and Dark will be taken out. Brim, on the other hand, will get taken out as well. 3v1 is the situation. Jet will be able to get some shots on Fluff and stuff and take him out. 9 HP to his name. Only one bullet is in chamber. Will he be able to get one more pick? Maybe on Ryuk, who is already low in HP. We'll have to see. The Spike does not have a lot of time left, as Ryuk will go in for the peak. Gets the final kill on Blood. And finally, second round coming in for the attackers.
5-10 scoreline, still a long way to go, and this is where the first buy round comes in. This is the round where it's gonna matter the most, as now there's no bonus round which is gonna be played from the side of Team Stinger. They're not really willing to give up a single round. They totally force into these Vandals, they totally force into the Bulldog. Even though Slay could go in for a Vandal, he's just keeping just for those minute, margin of errors. 2150 creds. So Naparna ready with the paint shell. He knows how aggressive defenders are loving to play at this point. Team Throw Boys, even though being at the defensive side, they never fail to move on aggressive to find some first blood. Paint shell being baited out, and that's another boombot being taken down as well. Now what does the defender raise has for himself? It's just two satchels. Ryuzaki comes in with a dink onto the head, and that's unfortunate. On does not spots on any player while he uses one of his brawlers. Showers is being pushed from the side of Swag Zera, but he gets taken care of from the side of Rizaki, and now it's a numbers advantage game for them. But will they look to commit towards the side of A? Killjoy just a lone single player while he gets a kill. Killjoy is dealing so much damage. The Swan Grenade is incredibly well placed from the side of Mirror, and that's where Pro Shoot and Slay are going to take him down. Jet, a good early rotation towards the side of B, but the blind is going to be so unfortunate for him, as he is just going to be at a very vulnerable position, and this leaves us with one single player. There was this one miracle which I did not really expect it, which could happen, and that miracle is a comeback which is happening for the start of team. None other than Stinger. They have won all the 3 previous rounds, and for the first time, they are the one who will be forcing back Team Throw Boys on an eco.
Well, this is definitely a quite interesting scenario. Let's see how the defenders are going to deal with this. We have seen attacker being in this situation multiple times, but this is definitely the first for this match for the defenders. Looks like they are going to be stacking 4 on A on the defending side, and the attacker seems to be going towards the A side as well. Jet might actually go for a lurk, maybe, but nah, he's just going to go and sit at that angle. A wise choice for him, especially because it is an eco round for them. The round is going quite slowly at the moment. KJ almost getting spotted and headshotted, will quietly go back to his position while holding down the shift button. Raze going in aggressive, spots KJ's alarm bot, takes it out, takes out the bot as well. KJ going in for the peak with a weaker buy, will definitely get taken out by Sundapanna. First blood coming in for him. Chomu, on the other hand, takes out Fluff and stuff. 4v4, 4v3 is the situation now, because 2 of the defenders got taken down. Omen has used his smokes, and the smokes are definitely coming in huge for them. Sundapanna already rotated towards the backside, takes out the Brim. Fade being the only one alive will get taken out as well by Sundapanna. What a beautiful 3k coming in by him.
Amazing stuff right there, but once again, this was a round victory. They are closing the gap. Is it just the 9-3 curse, or is it just a miracle that team, none other than Stinger, are all set to give their comeback, that too being at an attacking side? Well, we might just not want to underestimate how attacking side would be of a big advantage, as they have a breach, they have a double initiator play. Fade with the Nightfall and Raze coming up with the Showstopper, 2 of the ultimate which could be invested, but defenders, mind what, they have double the ultimates. They have 4 total ultimate with the Blade Storm and Killjoy's lockdown, just in case matters goes in a post-plan scenario. Swag Zera, an incredible stuff to take down Fluffin. That's where Pro Shooter was quite great enough to get the trade. A 4 versus 4 scenario. Its blood is up with the operator, but this operator needs to go really, really big. If he finds another player down, this could just be another 10-8 scoreline. But that's where Team Throw Boys are not really willing to give it all up right at this point. 1 minute in the clock remaining. Shower still being holded off from the side of Omin. Spike makes its way through towards the side of Hookah. They're just making it look as if they are executing the side of B while they aren't, and the Spike is now rotating back towards the A side. 2-2 split and look after Killjoy. Killjoy has already got so much intel. They know it's not a A hit. They know it's gonna be one of those executions coming in from the side of Shower. Road Shooter on the other hand comes up with an amazing reveal while Sunnapanna gets a kill from his grave. He was taken down from Dark, but his pain still takes the revenge. It's Blur spots one player down. A 3 versus 3 scenario. Slay finds the backstab. The orbital strike is quite at a great position, but it's Blood. He anticipates these plays. 2 versus 2. The Rolling Thunder is the only surviving point for the side of none other than Team. Well, it's Blood. He just gets himself spotted towards the horn, which wasn't quite needed. Breach is ready with the Rolling Thunder. Stinger needs to back off, but they don't have much time. This is the 8-7. This is the time where they might just get the 8th round victory. And what a setback being happening. Stromo leave. Oh, he comes up with a clutch. An incredible clutch, but he doesn't have the time to defuse, and that's the reason we call out this early. The 10-8 scoreline is real, the 9-3 curse is real, and the comeback from Team Stinger is more real than ever. Just 2 more round down, and they have already pushed back the entire team. Throw boys down to an eco, down to just a save, which they might want to prefer at this point, because if they are willing to gamble once again, it could be another round loss, and that would result in an equalizer in the scoreboard.
We went from a score of 9-3 to 8-10. This just shows that the attackers are definitely doing something right, and maybe it was the mistake of the defending side as well, playing too aggressive, losing that one crucial round and just making an entire mess. Anyways, there is Sunnapanna going in for the rush using his nades, takes out Joe Moo and takes out the bot as well. Slay meanwhile takes out Miner. It is a 5v3 situation. Ray's already inside using its satchels. The ult has been used by the KJ from the attacking side, which is definitely helping them getting the spike planted. It's Blood on a ult as well, takes out Ryuk. 2v4 is now the situation since Pro Shooter just took out Swag Zara. Defenders are not looking good in this situation. They do not have the man advantage, and they'll have to go for a retake, which is going to be quite impossible, especially because of the man disadvantage. Dark taking out Sunnapanna and gets traded off by Fluff and stuff. And exactly what I thought was going to happen did happen. Attackers winning the 9th round for themselves, only 1 round away from equalizing the score. And I think that is exactly what's going to happen. This is going to go to 10-10, and then we'll have to see where it goes from there.
I mean, it was an eco, it was a wise decision from the side of Team Throw Boys, but this is where the name might just not want to get real. Throw Boys I just want to, throw away this entire game, this entire round. 6th round of lead, and it comes down to this single round. They have the defensive advantage. They have the ultimate advantage. They have a good economy. Just one thing, they cannot afford to lose. While Zaki comes in and gets another frag, it seems as if Dark is also being spotted. Dark takes down Sunnapanna. Oh, a good off angle, and Chomulal comes in huge for his team, looking for the 3K, but doesn't get it. No shoot on Fluff and stuff. They're still alive. It's the Killjoy initiator versus a Killjoy and a controller. Dark going to take on the Shower control. The spike is still being compromised. There's a set plan. Omen is going to go all the way towards the B side. He's going to ultimate towards the side of A. He's going to take the spike and then plant towards the side of B. But Miner is already really anticipating them to do these stuff. They have a good set of plan. They have some good number of, I'll say seconds. He goes on with the ult, gets the spike. He's all the way towards B. But this is unfortunate as Team Throw Boys. They might just get outplayed here with the Killjoy and the turret itself. Turret is at a under-heaven position. Oh my god, that is a big bait. This is not a round which I think is supposed to go to an equalizer, but somehow the Killjoy is ready with the outplay. There comes turret, there comes the Swan Grenade, but he has a good smoke to cover himself, and we go to a post-plant scenario, 45 seconds. Defenders need to make sure that they set their play. Pro Shooter is right up towards the side of Hookah, and he goes to place his turret at the under heaven. Now is where the problem really starts, isn't it? Because there is an ultimate which is going to be the Killjoy lockdown, and they have to force back. They have to just fall back. The plant is at the side of Hookah, so there shouldn't be much of an issue right there. But they don't have much time. They have already used so much time. Miller comes up with the first kill. It's a Killjoy versus Killjoy. It comes down to the final seconds, the final 5 seconds remaining, and he gets the kill! Oh my god, after losing 7 rounds straight, finally a round victory coming in for the side of Mirror, and he gets it while only 2.82 seconds were remaining. Killjoy versus Killjoy, and Mirror comes in huge. He saves the entire team from sinking. He saves his Titanic from sinking as he was almost down to his ultimate being invested. If he wouldn't have invested that ultimate, he would have used it for another rounds. But the equalizer is being denied. They still have one more round to play to come to the match point and to come in the lower bracket run. This isn't even an upper bracket. Both of these teams knows that the stakes are pretty much high. Losing would result in a knockout, while winning would take them to another matchup, which is going to be up against the side of Team AVT. Swag Zera is now feeling it. They are pretty confident. And Ryuzaki just gets himself down, and maybe his team is on the verge of potentially losing a match point.
Attackers playing it very split, and one of them, the Fade, is already out of the equation. The round has just begun. Still 1 minute 15 seconds on the clock. That KJ bot being really helpful and spotting the player. Fluff and Stuff did take a bit of a damage as well, but did take out the bot. The attacker seems to be rotating towards the A side. Maybe they will rush in there. A fake smoke coming on towards the B. But I don't know if the defenders are gonna buy. And now they definitely did not, because Ray knows that the smokes are fake, and he has already started the rotation. Sundapanna getting the kill on Dark is going to be huge. The situation is now 4-4. There is no longer a man advantage towards the attackers. Swag Zara takes out Slay. Fluff and Stuff taking out Swag Zara. It is a 3v3 now. Attackers still not inside. And there is a Jet. Sneaky Jet hiding in a corner. Will take out Sundapanna. Take out Fluff and Stuff as well. Beautiful 2k coming in by him. Dashes on towards the Heaven. And Omen is the only one alive. And he is stuck in this elbow, in this nasty corner. Will he be able to do something? Get the spike in time. Go for the plant. 9 seconds on the clock. I don't think it is possible. He is going to try to get some kills. 3 seconds on the clock. He is waiting for someone to peek in the Heaven, but no one does. When Brim finally did, Omen wasn't looking in that direction. Around going towards the defenders again, making it 9-12.
Match point is up. Economy at the same time is shattered. For straight 6 round, it was just the side of team, none other than Stinger, who are just winning it, making sure, proving themselves that the comeback is genuinely real. But that 2v2 closeout, where we saw Mirror coming up huge with the 2k, with an ultimate investment and a clutch, that is where, they have just lost. It looks as if, Team Stinger are still a little bit tilted when it comes to throw boys who are being consistent enough. Its Blood gets up with the orb. He gets away with it. Swag Xerax somehow is surviving with the boom bot, and the paint shell already being invested in. Fluff and Stuff on the B long. There's a Fade and Killjoy position right there. Hookah also has a good setup when it comes to alarm bot, but look after what? A turret gets a kill onto the clone Killjoy. Mirror is totally disrespecting the opponent Killjoy, and that is it. I believe that is supposed to be the end game right now. A good problem. Mirror comes up with another kill. I think that's pretty much it. 2 ultimates remaining. 13th is on the round. It's only 3 kills away from getting to another bracket. But being on the verge of a knockout, can Team Stinger really bounce back at this point? Sundapanna has the satchels to just flop into the side, and there comes the blood. First blood for himself, for his team. There comes fire in the hole. The showstopper is there, but on the ace, it's gonna be Mirror, and he gets the ace. The moment he won that 1 versus 2 clutch, the moment he bought back that one single round victory after investing the entire ultimate, and then he comes up with their ace, man, that is the best way to end the game and to take down the entire squad of Team Stinger, bringing them up in the lower bracket semifinals. It's going to be none other than Team Throw Boys continuing their run in the lower bracket, but what a play by Mirror. I think if Mirror wouldn't have played in the previous 3 rounds, result might have been completely different. He clutched for his team, he aced for his team, he somehow defended, and not just he, but also his turret got few kills right there.
It definitely did. And it's always surprising to see players like KJ on the top of the leaderboards with 21 kills. Very well done by him. The crucial rounds, the rounds where his team needed him the most, he put in the effort and did his best. Also, not to mention the entire team, the attacking side, it was the team Stinger, the team Throw Boys. They did their best, and when it was very close, when it was 9-10, when it was only one round away from the scores being equal, they clutched up the entire situation, did not let them get close or get the equal score line, and made the score 9-13. Well played to both the teams. It will be the team Throw Boys who are going to win this one, and we'll see how the next round goes. We are going to prepare the next lobby for you guys and be back very soon.
Have you ever played with a queen? Not till you met me. You came with a warning. I should have seen it. My bad for falling. I'm far from perfect, but I know what my worth is. More than you're giving. What goes up comes back down. What goes out comes around. You're so dumb or reckless. You already wrecked this. What goes up comes back down, and your day will come around. I don't wanna fix this. You already wrecked this for good. Cheated, I wasn't playing. Now, this time I leave with my head up winning. Don't feel like crying. What goes up comes back down. What goes out comes around. What goes up comes back down, and your day will come around. Oh no. What goes up comes back down. What goes out comes around. You're so dumb and reckless. You already wrecked this. What goes up comes back down, and your day will come around. I don't wanna fix this. You already wrecked this for good. What goes up comes back down. What goes out comes around. You're so dumb and reckless. You already wrecked this. What goes up comes back down, and your day will come around. And I don't wanna fix this. You already wrecked this for good.
I found a picture we took many years ago. When I said to you we would never grow old. Messages I've saved that I never send, 'cause I don't know you, but I used to
Promise all these years we pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promise all these years we pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here. Try to replace you with somebody out there.
If I didn't chase you, would you even care?
And if I lost my mind, would you come around? I will keep you safe and sound after all this time.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober. So it starts to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember me this way. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember me this way.
I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, where you going? It won't be as simple for you. Time won't change anything if I don't know how to breathe. The current that pushed against the tide. Maybe once, maybe twice, turned around to save the time. Now I know how to leave the side. If I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Can I leave it all behind? Follow all the leading signs. When the dark is growing and the light is closing in, darling, where you going? Won't be as simple for you.
We've lost track of time, don't know how to feel, but I'm not sorry. I'm lost in your eyes, are you even real? But don't you worry, I'm not looking for the one. No, I just wanna have some fun. So let's get drunk tonight, 'cause fuck how we feel. But for now, I won't give it all away, 'cause I don't think I'll stay. No, I can't be the only one who doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna feel. Doesn't wanna fall in love. May not see eye to eye, but we can be chill for just this moment. So turn out the lights and let's make a deal to just enjoy it. I'm not thinking about forever. I won't care if we don't end up together. Let's get high tonight, 'cause fuck how we feel, yeah. But for now, I won't give it all away, 'cause I don't think I'll stay. No, I can't be the only one who doesn't wanna fall in love.
Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same? I hope you're not planning to waste my time. To my surprise, that was her reply. Now we vibe. It's been a while and such a ride, the stars align. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I just let her know. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She my do or die, my bona fide. My up when I'm down, she's always beside me. She makes me feel alive, I won't deny. Her love for me is real and kinda suicide. She's not the same, she's such a rare type. She's far from plain, at least in my eyes. She said if I cross her, I'll be in the grave or under her type, but yeah, that's still my babe. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I just let her know. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. Getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever about you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your rock, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. And there's no man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, of my shoulders. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away, do you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need a no man.
All right, people, welcome back to the third game for the evening. It is going to be the winner's bracket that we are going to spectate and cast for. So I'm really excited to see how these matches are going to go. The teams we are going to see play against each other are going to be the Edge Runners versus Reunited 5. Both of those teams did excellent in yesterday's games. And we'll have to see how they're going to perform in today's game. Which team do you think have the upper hand at the moment, Upcon?
I think both of these teams are really big. They have big potentials for them. Losing shouldn't be an option because down in the lower brackets, the things, the entire, I'll say, momentum of the players are like, never give up attitude, I'll say, for all of the teams. So when it comes to upper bracket, when it comes to the first match, it is definitely Team Edge Runner playing up against Team Reunited 5. And Reunited 5 edge runners, both of them, they had played completely devastating in the previous day. Yesterday, I still remember one of them being 13-11 as close as ever, and the other being 13-10. So I'm still waiting to see that which team would come up with the map veto, and we'll take a quick look at the map veto as well. We'll take a quick look, seeing that what is going to be the map ban phases coming in. Stinger versus Edge Runner, which happened yesterday in the map of Ascent. It was one of those map which was, completely not that great. But Heaven is the map which is the decider. Okay, so now we are talking because Heaven is the first time we are going to witness in the entire day. We started off the day with Ascent, then Bind, and now Haven. Yesterday also it was somewhere of a same map pool, but just we ended up, before Ascent we had even Breeze at the first map. So, well, the third map of the day, and we are going all the way towards the map of Haven, a map with three sides where Edge Runner and Team Reunited will be fighting for that upper bracket final slot for the first one.
Heaven is definitely going to be very interesting to see how these guys are going to play on it. And, you know, yesterday's performance from both the sides was also fantastic. Like you were saying, it is quite difficult to predict who is going to have the upper hand, but it all comes down to the lineups as well. On Heaven, like we talked yesterday, not Brim, sorry, Omen can actually play a huge role, and we saw some great Astra plays coming in as well on the map Heaven. Since it is such a big map, Astra just can use her rings and smoke and go into the astral form and give smokes all the way on the other side of the map. Meanwhile, you can't really do the same with Brim. So I'm definitely expecting some Astra plays coming in for this one as well. Coming on to the duelist, I think we might see some Jet plays as well. We always see some one team at least picking or going for Jet. Race can also be huge.
Yup, surely. But for now, it's going to be the start of the very third match. It's going to be the first time we're going to see Haven for the day two of today's action. And day two, it is. Already we have seen two teams getting knocked out from the entire tournament. First off, it was none other than, I believe, Team Rafters, who had a very hard run against Team AVT. And just now, we witnessed an immense action between Throw Boys and Stinger. Stinger almost giving up a 9-3 curse comeback, but that wasn't just, good enough to close out. But now we have another team. This time it's no knockout phase for any of the team. It's going to be completely easy for them. I think teams are really going to make the most out of this one match. This map is really crucial for both of these teams, as it really depends how they are going to perform. It's a map of Haven. We know how attack could be really devastating for you. If you have attack by your side, you should definitely, counter as many number of rounds as you could, because in the second half, if you are the one defending, that would really come down to your, double sentinels or your agent selection, plus also how many number of reads, rounds do you have. But with all that said and done, what should be the ideal, agent pick as well? That is something which we'll take a quick look after, because the agent selection window is also going to be quick up next.
Yep, and I just want to quickly point out the logo of Reunited 5 is just absolutely fantastic. A lot of creativity definitely went into it, and I'm completely in love. Like we were talking about the lineups, we will know that pretty soon as we go into the agent selection screen. But so far, Heaven, let's talk about that map a little more. Three sides on this map, the only map in the current map pool that has the three sides. And like we already talked about Astra, we already talked about Omen, the smokers, the controllers. The other thing I want to talk about is the Sentinel Sage on this map, which can also play a good role if used correctly, especially blocking off the B side. You see a lot of Sage plays coming on. We haven't seen any Sage being picked yet from any of the side in the previous two matches. So we'll have to see if this time the Sage will get picked or not. What do you think, Upcon? If you are playing on Heaven, would you go for a Sage pick or would you prefer another Sentinel?
I mean, it completely depends upon how the entire agent com looks like. If it's a more of a double initiator and a sentinel controller duelist, then maybe Sage could be a big value. But knowing that Sage is only good enough to block off with some wall and maybe slow orbs, while you have a good options, you got, like, I'll say Cypher, you got Killjoy, you even got your the chamber, which is kind of nerfed enough to not playable. But there was a time where Chamber was a complete demon. It was like more of a duelist sentinel, and it used to do much of the job. I'll say Sage is also kind of nerfed and buffed at the same times, where you see him healing 100% of his HP if he wants to heal a ally of the teammate, but if he wants to heal itself, it's only 30 HP, which it totally heals. So that is something which isn't even worth it. Resurrection could be a big value, but only 1 out of the 8 rounds. You hardly get to use double resurrections in the matter of first half. But let's see how the map of Heaven goes, because it's a map with 3 sides. Being an attacker, you are quite concerned about the backstabs. You're quite concerned, about each and every retake. That's where the cipher trips really comes into the play. When you talk about the side of Killjoy, that is also some of it has some of the ability which does not even gives you intel, but also damages a lot to your opponent player. We just saw previously how Mirror with the turret, not only he got the kill, but also that ultimate was so much value for him to retake. So as a sentinel, I believe Sage is a pretty hard pick when it comes to a map like Heaven, because only it has 3 sides and each one has to be defended and taken care of.
Definitely, but I believe going for a cipher instead of a KJ would might be a better choice because the map is so big. If KJ gets out of the range, all of his utilities will stop working. Meanwhile, cipher can be a little far away and still use his tripwire. Here we can see we are on the agent selection screen now. Uh,
Yup, we'll be switching soon to the agent selection window, and wow, I couldn't have asked for a better duelist, man. Sanchu, we have the Cypher main in the previous day. I still remember Carlston. I just might have pronounced him wrong, but this is that one guy, that one demon who plays on Cypher, and he completely devastates the entire lobby. He is now playing on Neon. For the first time, are we seeing Neon in the tournament?
Yep, this is the first time, and it might be a good pick since considering how we keep talking about this, but how big this map is, quick rotates are very essential, and that's exactly what you get when you pick Neon. We were talking about smokes, and Astra was picked by the attacking side. That is going to be huge for them. Omen was picked by the defending side. Omen is still not bad, and those GPs can be very essential, especially if you are entering the site, like I talked in the previous round, previous match as well. If your duelist or initiators are dead, you can theoretically play as a duelist as well. Using those smokes, teleporting into it, getting the entry for your team. This is going to be the first round. Let's see how it is going to be played out by both the teams. Attacker seems to be going for a split play potentially, and B side has been left completely alone by the defenders. Seems like they are not expecting the attackers to go for the B side. Spike was dropped down. I think they are just going to play on some angles and some kills right off the bat. We can see the reveal coming in by the Sova. Wasn't able to really get any information with it, and as getting really near to the opponent, spots the ER Rix, takes him out with a beautiful headshot and dashes back into safety. Definitely a good execution there. Another headshot coming in by Elite.
The Dink looks quite powerful, but still, a 4 versus 5 scenario, while Sova is down to only 22 HP. That's a 78 HP Dink, which you usually get with a Ghost headshot. Oh, Zuko comes in and takes down the Spike carrier who was on a flank towards the seaside. Zuko gets the kill. He definitely gets to keep the Spike while Instant Whitey comes up, takes down Zabs. Here comes the reveal. It's a 2 versus 4 scenario. Spike has to be retrieved. 40 seconds remaining and all the 4 players being surrounded towards the B and C side. It doesn't look more of a doable scenario, but there comes the second kill. Zuko finds another one. Soa, who has been dinked with 78 HP, was down to 13. The 3K for Zuko, and the first round for Team Reunited 5. So, these teams are really, I'll say, some of those extraordinary teams who comes up with many of these, strats. One of that strat being, 3-player towards A, 2 players towards C. Both of them rushing at the same time, so that if it's an A or C head, they at least bring back some of those, 1v1 duels. But even if it would have been a B head, they were completely open to play it on a retake, just the way they're doing it right now again. This is where the Sentinel comes so much into role. The Cypher alone is going to be getting the intel of the garage presence and the B window presence. This is really a good setup coming in from the side of team defenders, but let's see how would it be countered from the side of none other than the opponent team. Well, Nier comes again with the first blood, but back once again, it's going to be none other than Edge Runners, who are left with only 4 players with also one Spectre. Just 4 players remaining from both of these teams, but this is where I think defenders are the one who has to take care of more angles. Zuko finds another kill. That is going to be Kesula. Takes down the opponent controller, and now he's all of a sudden having the numbers advantage. Elite going in a little aggressive, gets the kill. Neon not having the good start, but still, these eco rounds aren't supposed to be much of these expectations. Dr. Disco gets, just stunned away. And he gets away with another kill. That's huge. 74 HP, Sheriff in a hand, 1 versus 2. That could have been a very close call, but still, Zaps closes us down, and that's a 2-0 scoreline for the side of Team Reunited Fire.
A pretty interesting round, and we sort of, expected the round to go towards the defending side because they were on a better buy. But now, well, it seems like the defenders might not actually go for an upgrade. They are going to play the bonus. Meanwhile, the attackers do have the full buy, full shield, with the only exception being the Neon, who has a half shield. Let's see how this is going to end up for all of them. Neon playing very aggressive, has started to go towards the A side now, just holding the angle on A main. Cypher on towards the heaven. Asher using his smokes to help his teammates get the entry. Neon just making sure he doesn't get shot from an angle that he hasn't checked. Cypher also using his gauges, and Neon was spotted, but he will now remove the tracker that was placed. Rix meanwhile getting a kill on Cypher. 3 of the guys from the defending side are already down. 5v2 is currently the situation. Spike has been planted, and KJ is on the other side of the map at the moment, lurking all the way towards the garage. Rix meanwhile taking down Nier. It's a 1v5, and Elite is definitely not going to see this coming. The KJ from behind him will take out a lead. 3 kills for KJ.
That's a first round victory coming in for the side of Team Edge Runners. That was a bonus indeed. Now is the buy round with Zuko coming up with the Phantom. All the players currently in the server is definitely having each and every buy. One compromise definitely for the side of Dr. Disco, who is only with a Spectre. Now, what more could he do is a big question, because a Spectre, 4 Vandal, and they are up against an Operator from Nier. Nier is going to go in for an aggressive peek from the side of Garage. He could get the first blood, or he could be the one who might get taken down. Nier goes aggressive. There's a turret. Unlucky him, that turret is going to give away so much intel. He's still looking for more and more info. Turret is just getting... okay, just looked after 2 ways. Zuko took down the turret so that he doesn't have to wait much longer to give away these intels. But still, Team Edge Runners looking to hit the A side with 3 defenders are totally stacked up.
This round is going very slow at the moment. Spike is not even with the attackers. They have just dropped it and just lurking around, hoping to get that first blood to maybe decide which side they really want to commit on. Seems like the Spike has finally been picked, and they might actually be going towards the C side. Neon getting that first blood on Zap is going to be huge for the attacking side. They have now committed to the C entirely, and Jet is in a huge trouble. He only has an Operator in his hand. He did do some damage to Neon. Neon now only on 72 HP will finally take out Nier. Some spray coming in from the smokes, but won't be able to do any damage to any one of them. KJ again on a very interesting angle will catch Omen off guard and take him out. 5v2 is currently the situation. 2 defenders are only alive. Retake is going to be very hard, especially with such a huge man disadvantage. Let's see what they're going to do. Seems like they might actually be going for a save, which is a good choice, a smart decision coming in from them. Savage Yoda catching a kill on KJ, who was looking for some frags, and that did not end up very well for him. Savage Yoda was still just holding an angle, but he was taken out by Dr. Disco. Will Elite be able to save his weapon? He will. No one did decide to go towards his direction. If Savage Yoda would have still been alive, he would have had a better, pie. So I don't know about getting one kill and going for a peak there. But interesting round is currently the score.
Well, Clandestine is still one orb away from getting his ultimate. The Neon ultimate is one of the most overpowered ultimate at this point in Valorant. If he gets it online, I think he is going to be a big, monster right there who will be taking on each and every player with a good momentum speed. Near alongside Savage Yoda and a good push towards the side of B window. Now, as they know they are on a little eco, they are just going to play it slow. But if all the four players are willing to backstab, there's a turret which is going to be a big issue for them. Nier is already in the side. He's blinded with the lights. He gets backed off. He takes a huge damage from the swan grenade. But the spike is going to be planted. No more problem. The turret in the backstab is going to give so much intel. And well, that is where Elite needs to do a big job. Keldenstein already set with his Vandal. Gets the first blood. Savage Yoda and Elite are going huge with some kills. It's down to a 3 versus 4. Oh my god, Keldenstein even has a very good ultimate. But what? Team attackers are just raining down each and every player. Nier, who beats the last player surviving, gets down towards Dr. Disco, and that's the third round. Eco round, a very aggressive play, but they made the most out of it. Just retaking the entire side with lack of your armor and I'll say rifles isn't that easy enough, especially when the entire side of Team Edge runners are totally being very alert when it comes to the backstab and when it even comes to taking care of the heaven and the CT position. 3-2 scoreline. This is going to be the sixth round, and all the players are quite healthy with their buys. 2 ultimate online for both of these teams. Let's see how they use it.
The round has just begun, and we can already see Breach using his utility. He did concuss his own teammate, which was unfortunate. Neon using his concuss utility as well. Nier just holding this angle, hoping someone would just walk in and he could get a kill right there. Now I think he is going to go for a peek, and Neon spotted him. Neon had to dash away and clearly and nearly goes for the kill on the Neon. One player from the attacking side is already down. The first blood coming in by Nier. Two guys are on the A side, currently holding the entire side on their own, doing a really good job at it as well. The reveal comes in from the Sova, but won't be able to give much intel. That headshot coming in from the boxes does a lot of damage. Only 10 HP is left on to Jet. Let's see how this round is going to play out. The attackers are trying their best to go for a commitment towards the A side, but they're not able to find an angle. Jet getting that, KJ getting that kill on Savage Yoda is going to be huge. 4v4 is now the situation. Spike being used, the ult being used by the KJ. One of them was trapped in the ult and was taken out by the KJ. Elite was taken out as well. 2v2 is currently the situation.
Elite plays too good, but being detained but still manages to get 2 away. Zuko, on the other hand, finds Eric. It's going to be the Breach who takes him down. 1 versus 2, and Zaps will take the final player. That's an equalizer on board. A 3-all scoreline on a perfect retake. They're going to give it up to Elite. Elite single-handedly, even though he was on the verge of getting detained, in the very last crucial 1.5 to 2 seconds, he get 2 important kills. If those kills wouldn't have came in, I think it wouldn't have been a doable retake, because that was a killjoy kill, another kill going down towards Sova. But nonetheless, 3-all scoreline economy, I'll say, is still not that bad, even after losing for the side of none other than Team Reunited 5. But Reunited 5 at the same time cannot afford the operator, and when you don't give operator to Nier, he might as well bring out his Blade Storm in the start of the round, because that is the only thing available for him to utilize. Let's see. Okay, he comes out with the Blade Storm. There comes the flash. He takes the C-long control, and now they know clearly that it's either a B window or an A side. But Kelsua, he is at a good position. Dr. Disco takes on Nier. So just a perfect start, what you could expect for the side of none other than Team Edge runners.
Attacker seems to be playing it slow. Yet again, 2 of the defenders are already down. No side has been fully committed yet, but KJ seems to be going towards the B side as he has realized that there is really no one there. Cypher noticing that the the trapwire was destroyed. has started rotating towards that side, but Elite on the other hand was able to take down Astra. What a great peek by him right there. And it looks like this might be a B plant coming in. There is a Cypher right outside B, and he will be taken out by Rix. It's a 3v2 situation. Sova using his ultimate. Will he be able to get a kill there? It seems like he won't. And it's all down to these three surviving attackers, if they will be able to clutch the situation up, or will there be a retake coming from the two defenders. Ultimate being used by Elite as well. 2 kills to his name, gets a beautiful 3k, and Savage Yoda coming in, getting the last kill on Rix. What a beautiful round this was. Even though they had the man disadvantage, they used their ults pretty nicely and were able to clear this round up.
Wow, that was a complete incredible retake. And retakes from the start of Team Reunited 5, it is just so good. They waited for the opponent breach to use the Rolling Thunder so that they use it to buy more time and get the more value out of it. While if you talk about the start of Team Edge Runners, they still have those ultimate online for a couple of rounds. Using it would really, change the entire momentum and the entire case what they are currently standing in. They have given away the lead this time towards the start of Team Reunited 5. Elite playing towards B. It's gonna be 2-man position at Garage. Ugly aggressive peek. Oh man, that is so heartbreaking for a Jet to watch as he gets away with the kill. But Keldenstein might not be expecting, but he still looks after the corners. Oh my god, he might have just got the 3k, but still, Savage Yoda. If you have none other than Kallenstein doing huge picks for your team, then on the other hand, you even have Savage Yoda who is just ready to take these trade, bring it back to an equalizer 2 versus 2 scenario, while Seaside is under the hunt for the side of none other than the attackers. Team Edge Runners don't have much time. Only one single player who is the spike carrier. Killjoy 1 versus 2. Elite is down to very low HP. He gets the first kill 1 versus 1. A big clutch scenario for him. Sentinel versus Sentinel fakes the plant. And he gets the flip. That's a clutch coming in from the side of Killjoy. Guy with the no-name card just comes in huge and he gets the equalizer. Team Edge Runner, they are just too good with these plays when it comes to these close rounds. But unfortunate for the side of Reunited 5 that even after getting the first blood, getting each and every advantage to their favor, they weren't just able to close it down to Killjoy.
They're turning the entire round on its head by KJ. That was a beautiful performance by him. I really thought that the attackers had that round, but that final clutch coming in by KJ changed everything. Oh, sorry, the attacking KJ. Anyways, the 9th round has started and the attackers seems to be going towards the C side, which is completely empty, by the way. The defenders have chose to completely ignore it. KJ yet again on a lurk, and the the bot just spotted a player in the garage that will give him some info near. Meanwhile, picking from the window will take out KJ. Seems like the defenders are on an eco round. Zuko meanwhile taking out the Neon and gets taken out in a trade by Zuko. Ult was used by Sova and he took out the opponent Sova. 2 guys getting taken down by the attackers. It's a 3v1 situation. Cypher being the only one alive. Will he be able to clutch this round in a 1v3 situation? We'll have to see. The Astra is using the smokes and it won't prevent Zaps to come to the side, and Astra, as soon as he spots him, will take him out. Beautiful 3k coming in by him.
Man, just imagine, Sova outroning and he getting away with those, sheriff kills. But today's, I'll say the sheriff kills haven't been that great enough. In first match, we definitely saw some good plays coming in from Rafters. But, 4-5 scoreline, 3 more rounds remaining for the first half to end. And we already have a couple of ultimates online for the side of Team Edge Runners. Team Edge Runner, they got the attacking side. They want to just make sure that they close out anyway close to an 8-4 scoreline. It isn't going to be easy. It's going to be none other than Team Reunited 5 who will come back and make sure that they give out the lead for themselves, putting up a benchmark that yes, they will be having enough number of rounds to just be victorious enough in the second half itself. Losing team also has a big risk to fall down towards the lower bracket, while upper bracket finals, is on the stake at this point. But Kaldenstein gets a good first blood kill. That's the Neon just doing the initiator's job. Neon, on the other hand, he gets the kill while Dr. Disco gets down towards the side of Savage Yoda. Neon still doing a lot of damage. There comes the stun, and Kaldenstein comes up with another kill. A 1 versus 3. This seems to be pretty much the 6th round for the side of none other than Edge Runners. But as one solo player, Zuko, is surviving, it is still a doable clutch. He needs to find the first blood. He doesn't has a paranoia. He has an ultimate, but that would be of not much use. He is kind of, able to hear each and every movement happening in the garage door outside. But well, Rex is going to take him down. That's the 6th round. Only 2 rounds remaining for the first half to end, and still both of these teams, they are just not ready to give it up.
It can go still either way, but the 2 point advantage that the attackers have at the moment is going to play a huge role at where this first half is going to end. Seems like the defenders are on an eco buy yet again. This is not looking good for them at all. The only exception being is the Sova, who has a Spectre with the full shield. Let's see if he will be able to get some kills, hopefully, for his teammate to maybe get them a better weapon with that Spectre. Lines coming in by Rix will catch near off guard, who was an ult. That ult being completely gone to waste. Zap taking out Eric's, and Zap getting traded out in a trade by the Sova will get the situation down to 4v3. The side of C is completely empty. No one is guarding it from the defending side. And realizing that the Asha did just use smokes on towards the seaside, Omen will start rotating towards the seaside. Spike now being planted by Astra. Omen slowly making his way towards the side. Will he be able to come and clutch the situation up, or will he wait for his teammates? Waiting for a teammate would have been the right decision, but he just goes in, gets taken out by Neon, who had a weapon advantage. Meanwhile, Dr. Disco with a Vandal in his hand takes out Savage. 4v1 is the situation. Elite being the only one alive. We have seen him clutch situations up before, and he might do it yet again. Sheriff is the gun that he has in his hand. He can go for the headshots, but he misses the shot, and KJ, taking the advantage of that opportunity, will take him down.
in the half.
The 7-4 scoreline, it's all falling down for the side of Team Reunited 5. I think, if I'm not wrong, it was a 4-3 scoreline, and after that, not even a single round is being won from the side of Team Reunited 5. Back-to-back 4 rounds victory, and they are on a winning streak at this point. If they win yet another round, I'll say this is a very ideal scoreline for an attacking team of the first half, as they'll anyhow ended up at a very good lead. But Breach is going to fault line towards the side of Amin, while Dash is going to rush in. This is a big disaster, because if anyone is willing to go on towards the side of A, this could not be it. The first blood is already set, and it's going to be Kesua taking down the clone. And there comes another kill. Back-to-back 2 kills for them, but Elite and Nia somehow equalizes it. The Rolling Thunder is being invested from the side of both of these teams. Riggs doesn't get turned in. A very good bunny hop around, and he just gets away with the Rolling Thunder being invested, but not much value. No trades, no players info, and still the rotation is coming in. Team Edge Runner, if they go on for a post-plan scenario, they don't know where the players might be attacking from. They have to take many of these angles into consideration, but before that, the Hunter's Fury is going to come in. Spike is going to be planted. Hunter's Fury of no use. Elite comes up with the first kill. A 2 versus 3, and this is the last round of the first half.
3 guys still alive from the defending side, and they're aggressively trying to go for the retake, but it might actually not be out of the equation, since Elite and Savage Yoda comes out and takes out 2 guys, the only 2 guys alive from the attacking side. Spike has already been half defused, and I believe Elite is going to go for the full defuse as well, getting that ult point for himself. Only 4 or 5 ult points away from his ult being ready. Well, that actually won't matter anymore, because the first half is over and it will reset. 5-7 being the score, and the first half is over. What an interesting first half it was.
5-7 scoreline, I believe, I genuinely anticipated that maybe 8-4 should be the ideal path. But as it's Team Reunited 5. They won't let it just happen. They are going to make sure that even if they are the defensive side, they make sure to bring more number of rounds as much as they can. But now when you have Reunited 5 at the attacking side, winning the pistol round is a more of, I'll say, a must for the side of Edge Runner. Because looking after their comp, they have only one duelist, which is going to be Neon. Killjoy cannot give up the side because his util might just get, detained. And right there, we even have the Breach and Sova as a double initiator. So, well, let's hope that Team Edge Runner, they're able to maintain their lead. But this time, Nier is going aggressive. Going on towards the setup of Killjoy. The right click is amazing, and there goes the kill. First kill comes in, but Elite comes in with a trade. Turret is going to be detained. Savage Yoda takes down the clone, so and now it's down to a 4 versus 3.
A spike has been planted and the attackers will now start defending the spike, but the defenders will have to play aggressive, and Zuko catching Rix off guard. Even I don't know where the omen came from. Rix is definitely very surprised as well. 4v2 is going to be the situation. Two defenders are alive, and that won't be enough to go for a successful retake. Using the utility, a light will concuss the opponents, and Omen has also used the smokes. Both of them decided to go out and start firing the weapon at the same times, but that did not do them any favors. 6-7 is now the score, and the first round of the second half will go towards the team Reunited. And if they continue to keep up this performance, this round might actually equalize the score.
Yup, I think Team Reunited 5 has got the pistol win round, and it's not for the first time that you're seeing Team Reunited winning a pistol. Previous in the day also they were looking quite good in these pistol round, and today also both of the pistol round in the first and second half is being won from the side of Reunited. Neon, which is going to be none other than Kelvin San, has a great aggressive peak, but it was a complete wrong call. I do believe, because Neon was holding, then he gets backed off, and then all of a sudden when Astra needs to back off, and it's a complete disaster. This round is probably one of the reason that how wrong could a wrong comp be. Neon might have called it off, or maybe the teammate that it's a B or a hit. All the players were already starting to move towards another side, and that's the timing advantage that they got. Killjoy, on the other hand, is willing to give up his position. He didn't even break down the spy camp, which can again tag him. And alright, he has just given away, it seems, his entire play. Killjoy still peeking towards the side of spy camp. 1 versus 4 for him, and only classic pistol in his hand. He's looking to just take any kill, but the fort line is just too good. Killjoy gets spotted, and the spam is gonna come in. Elite is just few more orbs away from getting his ultimate online. Previous 2 rounds for Elite is gonna be completely incredible, and what Elite with a Brim's breach and an initiator turns out to be the top fragger for the team.
That is quite interesting, and I kind of feel bad for that KJ left all alone with only a classic in his hand. There was nothing much he could have done in that situation, and all of the attackers just came in hunting him down. This is the 15th round that is going to begin, and we can see the breach all the way on the seaside being all alone. And that beautiful
my
teleportation kill coming in by the Omen. That was very well executed and caught Neon totally off guard. Although he was looking in that direction, he did not fire his weapon. Nier goes in for those kills while the spike is being planted. Definitely not a good decision. Should have stayed inside instead of lurking out. 2 of the defenders are going in, but both of them will get blinded. What a perfect execution. And he gets 2 kills. Elite on a roll at the moment. More utilization of resources. Oman still alive and just using the smokes, holding the defenders back. Breach has decided to probably save his weapon, which might end up being the right call. And look how scared he is. He's just scared that Omen might actually be coming from the back. He's checking his corners. He's using utility at the attackers, hoping that would make it so that they won't come closer to him. He was just holding that angle now. Both of them inside. He might actually both get... nah, he didn't get the kill on both. But he was able to take down one and get shaded out by Zuko.
That was a buy round, and losing the buy round is going to force them to an eco. being a defender, you gotta look out for these ecos, man, because already you have an attack whom you have to really stop them from executing towards the side. You will have your abilities which could be used towards a great, I'll say initiation. But if you don't have the creds, not only will you have the armor and a good shield, but also you need to purchase those ability as well. And lack of creds means lack of abilities. So let's see how team defenders are gonna play it out. There's always a chance for Thrifty, and there's always a chance for these demons, coming out and getting some kills out of these sheriff headshots. But let's see here this time. It's quite not often that you see a Jet or probably even Near playing this patient, especially knowing that it's one of these ecos. But the bait comes in, the sound of sheriffs was being heard. Near still looking to find the first kill. It's a 4 versus 5 scenario. Looks towards the other side, gets the headshot. The spam is going to come in and still manages to get away with it, while the Stinger is going to be utilized. Zaps is going to get denied. 2 versus 4 for the side of Team Reunited 5, and they go on for a post-run scenario this time at the side of B. But well, a great kill. 2K coming in for the side of Killjoy. There could be a chance for retake, but it would come down to Riggs to get some more kills. All alone, it's KJ with the 1v3, and he gets down Near with a 2K, and that's the 9th round. After, I believe, the first half ended, back-to-back 4 rounds have been won completely from the side of Reunited 5. Not even one round Team Edge Runners have managed to secure it.
Yup, and that just shows how attacker favored this map is, and the attackers are definitely making the best use of it possible. This is going to be the 16th round, and let's see how this is going to end up. Actually, this is going to be the 17th round, my bad. Attacker seems to be going towards the A side, while Omen is lurking towards the C. All right, Near just rushing in, takes out 2 guys all by himself. Beautiful 2 kills coming in there. Site has been cleared by him, and he's using smokes to just keep the defenders at bay. Spike being planted, that was definitely a quick round. 1 minute 19 seconds still on the clock, and the spike has already been planted. KJ gets taken out by Near, who was peeking through the heaven, and there's only one defender alive at the moment, and it's the Astra. There is a guy coming in from the back. It is the Jet who is going to get that 4th kill.
And that's a flawless. I mean, it's like what, back-to-back 5 rounds now for the second half, and all the way from 7 fights down to a 7-10 scoreline. There's no turning back. It was a very important, crucial bar round coming in for the side of Edge Runner, and they call out a timeout for them. They need to just get the presence of mind quite right. They don't have the economy. They only have one single ultimate. This cannot be anywhere close to 10-8. I hope that this is going to go all the way towards an 11-7 scoreline, and then potentially saving up some creds. It's going to be Team Edge Runner coming up with some good strat and a retake scenario, because for retake you don't have those many enough number of, I'll say, sentinels. You have only one Killjoy who can only dedicate itself to a single side. Unlike what we saw from Cypher, who kept one trap wire towards the side of B, one trap wire towards Garage, and was playing all the way towards the A heaven or maybe even C side. But Killjoy is really, you got to keep the util within your 50-meter range, or else it just totally gets, deactivated, and that's another, of no use for you. But Team Edge Runner, where are you? What do you think, Sancho? Where is this game heading? Because if you ask me, I'd say an 11-7, then 11-8, and maybe a 39.
Well, I think, especially because after losing so many rounds, the morale of the team definitely goes down, and I think that's exactly what's happening with the defenders. So if they are not able to win a round, or maybe the next round, they might actually stay on this losing spree, and the winners might actually end up being the team Reunited. But we can never be so sure, because a comeback can happen at any time. We have already seen that happen so many times in the previous games, and it looks like the attackers seems to be going towards the C. Ult being used by Breach will provide them a quick entry to the site. The Astra was concussed, and KJ coming into sight, unaware that there are 3 guys already there, will lead to his death. And 2 guys from the defending side are already out. Spike has been planted. Jet on very low HP. Cypher coming in from the garage. is definitely going to be kind of unexpected, but Dr. Disco might actually have predicted it, and he stopped shooting the gun in the middle of the round, of the 1v1, and that will lead to him losing his life. Dr. Disco, meanwhile, getting 2 kills for himself. It is a 3v2 situation. Elite gets Elite takes down Dr. Disco, and Neon gets taken out by Savage Yoda. Another round coming in for the attackers. Well, this one was kind of obvious that the attackers were going to win because the defenders were on a eco round. But let's see, this is going to be the crucial round that is going to decide where this match is headed. If the defenders lose this one as well, they'll have to eco yet again, and if they lose this one, it is going to be the match point, so they won't have a choice and they won't be able to do much about it.
Well, round gets started. Once again, a good fault line used. Near might get stunned from the side of this Neon, but still manages to survive. He has moved all the way towards A long and is ready to initiate inside. Cladenstein YT might not really know what's coming for him, but he anticipates and he gets a complete one tap. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a clean beauty right. That's a bar out. The team defenders cannot afford it to lose. And that's what clearly happens. You know, as I mentioned previously, maybe I expect a 11-7, then a 11-8, and then potentially a 13-8, 13-9 scoreline. But Savage Yoda, the hopes are still alive. He gets a kill onto Killsaw, which opens up so many opportunities for them. 3 ultimates online for each and every defender, and all 3 can be utilized. Hunter's Fury gone in, Killjoy ultimate gone in. We are still waiting for the Rolling Thunder. None of the players get stacked up. Okay, but they have a counter. They have one single counter, and that counter is going to come in from the attacker Sova. The Savage Yoda might want to position himself to a very good position. He reveals each and every player, but still the bomb is not yet being tapped. The fault line comes in, the half diffuse is coming in. Half diffuse would not be a big problem. Zaps goes in with the 2k. Oh my god, Killjoy 1 versus 2, and that's where he gets the first kill. Looking for another, and he gets another kill for another game, another match, another Killjoy 1v2 clutch, and this time it's gonna come in from the side of none other than Edge Runner. Edge Runner completely gets themselves saved up. Or else it was almost I'll say match point when they were on the verge of losing it. But man, you gotta give it up to Killjoys today, man. They are really putting up the joys whenever the team are having their lows in the matches.
Definitely, and nothing could have prepared me for that big battle that we just saw between both of the teams. Words being used by the defenders to get the retake, and once they were in the side, once the attackers were forced outside the site, the Sova had the ult from the attacking side, and he used it. And after that, the beautiful kills coming in by KJ and Cypher. That collat by Cypher was awesome as well. We see the attackers going towards the mid and the garage in the 19th round, and Sova just running to go towards the B, since he does not want Breach to be all alone defending that area. There are 2 guys peeking right inside the B side, and one of them do have an operator, which is going to be huge if he can get that first blood. Eric and Rix is just ready to use his utility as soon as he hears some footsteps coming in. Blind was used by Elite, but wasn't really able to catch anyone in it. And as soon as he breaks that Killjoy's alarm bot, the utility was used by Bridge. Zaps taking down Neon as the first blood, and the ult coming in by him will reveal everyone on the map. No one can hide from his ult. That will give him the location of every player and let his team know that all the players are not on the A side. Only the KJ is the one who rotated. Zaps will take out 2 guys, getting a beautiful 3k for himself. Elite taking out KJ. This might be a round coming in for the attackers, and that's exactly it.
Well, it's Kolan, and that is the match point. 1 round victory. It all came in from a clutch from Killjoy, but this time, as it's down to a match point, Team Reunited 5 is just 1 step away from being the first team to move on to the upper bracket final. That upper bracket final means one step away from getting in the grand finals. That means you will get not only a chance to play in a lower bracket, but also it will be a BO3 format. So that is just incredible. I don't think they really want to lose out to this big opportunity, but once again, the fight for mid control is on as Nier gets away with the KJ fight. He has an off, so he knows that he cannot just, go on and play any of these solo plays, but Sova. Oh my god, Dr. Disco, he's in such a good spot. He's not yet been spotted, but his muzzle is going to be seen, and Dr. Disco finds a bit of him. That's going to be the 2K. That's going to be a 3v2. Till now, Neon hasn't came yet with the ultimate. This could be the potential round where we could end it at a 13-8 scoreline. Dr. Disco moving a bit aggressive, but Zaps finds him. Just 2 players surviving. Neon still no signs of ultimate use. A 1 versus 2. Finally, the ultimate is right, and this is now a big demon right there. But Shorty, oh my god, this could be a perfect gun. And what he denies it from the Shorty. Zaps just playing it next to perfection, and he gets a 13-8 scoreline. He gets his team towards the upper bracket finals. First team to move on to the potential semifinal. It's Reunited 5. One more victory for them in the BO3, and they'll be the first grand finalists as well. But for now, a lower bracket run has to be maintained, and this time it's going to be none other than Team Edge Runners who will be playing down.
Reunited catching this huge W for themselves will make them go to the next round, while the Edge Runners won't be as lucky. 13-8 was the score, and the final 2 matches, I have to say, Upgon, were actually beautiful. Both of the teams did try their best, especially the clutches coming in from Cypher, the KJs. It was truly spectacular. Also, the thing I noticed was in the last round, KJ definitely believed in his aim, because instead of buying the full shield, he went for a Vandal buy with a half shield. But unfortunately, there wasn't, I believe, enough support coming in from his team, and they did end up losing the round. So that will be it for the third game for the evening, and we'll be back for the fourth game for Trade Republic Zen 23 and Alpha Xpedition. And I hope you guys are excited for the final game for the evening. It is going to be the second game for the winners bracket. And what do you think about it, Upcon?
I think it's Team NS Esports going up against Team Nanga. Yesterday we saw Team NS Esports winning 13 to 3? And then we had Team Nanga having a very competitive match to almost 5 overtime. So it's a team who had a easy win versus a team who had a very long battle win on to 5 overtime. So we'll be taking a quick look quite soon. But before that, let's take a quick short break. You guys enjoy the highlights, and we will just be right back.
Tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need a man.
Cause you won't look after my wounds. I suppose you will never regret it. I should throw myself out from the roof.
Well, welcome back, guys, to Trade Republic Gen 23 on Alpha Xpedition tournament. We have a news for the fourth match, which was supposed to be conducted between the side of none other than NS Esports and Team Nanga. Team Nanga being one of those teams who were really, we were really excited to see their matches out of the overtime, victories that they got yesterday. But Sancho, would you like to do the honors? Because there's something which we definitely like to give to our viewers, and there's a good news for one of these two teams as well.
Yeah, there is a good news and a bad news, and I will deliver it to you for this at the same time because it's completely related. Unfortunately, the team NS Esports have forfeited as they are unavailable at the moment. So the victory has by default gone to Nanga Esports, and I was just talking to them. They seemed pretty excited about it. So they will be moving on and playing with us tomorrow. And yeah, so that was the news. Pretty unfortunate for NS Esports, and GG's to Nanga.
I think this is going to be incredible because they have made all their way up in the lower bracket final. Now, what's in for tomorrow? Tomorrow, we'll be having a good couple of matches out of the winners, which we got to see today, especially Team AVT Esports. And on the other hand, we also have the side of Team Reunited 5 who have went all the way up. Throw Boys will also get a chance to compete up with the losers of the tournament who were none other than NS Esports. So NS Esports, even though they forfeited, they were on an upper bracket, so they will be going down in the lower bracket. Let's see what happens for them in the tomorrow's matchup. But for now, that's it from us side. Have a great evening ahead, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. So we'll till then, take care and good night.